Hi.
You can just Google it.
My internet just fucking went down.
Pick, like the first thing you find.
Am I still?
That
Go to
usually
your
works.
web browser.
Chat-
Type in www.google.com.
Chat.
And
Hey.
figure it out.
Hey, am I still streaming? Am I still streaming? It looks like I'm still streaming. Okay, yeah, it says I'm still all part of the same session, so we're going with it.
Yeah. Are you paused or?
No.
Things are moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're back.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
We're
good.
fucking back.
Oh wait, hold on. Did I? Yeah, it's still muted. Okay, we're good. I heard myself for a second. Oh. Can I have some wall meat, please? No.
Hey, Rye, check the chat. And honestly, if you care about the story for like the first two, you can just look it up.
Fuck.
It doesn't really matter.
We'll do the walk of shit. Des Ituno. Thank you for the follow. Oh wait, no, that's weeks ago. No wait, Tomix? Hold on. For some reason Twitch's stream manager is hooking up. Let me just refresh the app real quick. Sorry about this. You guys can keep talking.
Hello.
Oh, Mecha Goji 75. Thank you for the follow. Then the first time appearance.
What have you been playing with?
What have I been playing? I've been playing something that Andy banned me from showing and telling. So.
Wait, what was that again? Could you say the name?
Slime and Punishment, Phantom's Revenge.
Rye, are you familiar with Slime? You know what? I think this will make a good Twitch story. So. You can.
I'm looking it up right now.
You should be very familiar with this.
You should be at least slightly familiar with this.
Oh God! What the fuck is this?
Yeah, that.
I am not familiar with this.
This mother. Okay, you know the guys who do the hour-long vlogs about explaining a series they like or are passionate about.
You're not giving them enough credit. These are not blogs or vlogs. These are not merely people who talk in front of a camera. These are people who talk in front of a live audience.
Wait, Eli, I know. Eli, Lid spent 30 minutes explaining the entire process to me, like he's fucking Tim Rogers or some shit.
Why does this brony have a? Why does this brony have a field of burn?
Hey, Andy.
Do you have a perfect
Because he's
photograph?
epic.
Andy.
Yes.
Mecha Goji asks, "Are you a collector of kaiju toys?"
I am not. I am not a collector. I don't have money for figures, honestly. I was just, you know.
So imagine if a brony podcaster made a text-based MMO and a comic and put his OC in it, and
that comic canonically tied into fucking.
Yes, and that comic was a canonical crossover with Sonichu and the video game Slime and Punishment Phantom's Revenge is arguably, because of what happened, the canon ending of Sonichu.
It's important.
It's history. It's internet history.
It's something.
I
guess I could imagine those things happening.
Wait, hold on.
It's an important artifact.
What is that mountain in the background? Is that like huts and like a mine shaft? Looks like...
I think that's Nintendo Entertainment System gobbledygook.
I think that's a little unfair to what this like these bushes.
That's one of the mountains in
Castle
Transylvania.
If you remade this in 3D, this section would look like the RE4 courtyard, like in the castle with the wolves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know that part.
I like that part.
That's a pretty good part of the game.
It'll be in the remake.
I like it.
It'll be in the remake.
I
Is that going to be in the remake, that part?
I don't know. I don't. We need to.
Because I like that part.
Here's my question: How have we still not gotten a real gameplay trailer for Castlevania for Resident Evil 4 remake?
Maybe because
It's a remake.
like they're nervous about.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
they
but
should
but
be
at this point, it's like if
information.
you're not gonna delay the game, you gotta show. Like you literally have to show it to get people to buy it.
You don't have to show video games anymore.
Well, okay, they've shown everything else, and
Okay, let me just ask people: if you were in charge of RE4 remake, what is a section that you would take out of RE4, like at all?
the Egyptian part where you control Ashley.
That's cool.
The bug things, because I don't like them.
No, they're cool.
In the sewer. You know what I'm
The invisible ones.
Yeah, I
Those
just
are
I don't like
awesome.
that section. Everyone always talks about how the regenerators are scary.
Those are way
Those aren't
scarier.
scary.
I agree.
No, no, no.
You know what? I think, like, I would take the island, cut out the island, and put everything in the island on mainland Spain. That's a change I would make. I would restructure it, because you could take, like, maybe you could cut RE4 would probably be a bit better if you cut it down by, like, 2 or 3 chapters. Like, I could definitely see, like, that game is a little too long for its own good.
Its excessive length is part of its excellence. It just had too many good ideas, and they couldn't get rid of any.
Yes, and that's why RE5 and 6 ended up the way. It's a greedy, fat fucking hog of a game, and I love it.
Andy, would you would you remove Mike, the helicopter pilot?
Of course. No, every Resident Evil section needs a helicopter section, of course.
Thank you.
That's just series tradition. That's like asking, would you remove the rocket launcher kill on the final boss? No,
Good point.
Yeah, I still am skeptical of that whole project.
Well,
Although, think
I would appreciate it if they just...
very good, but even so.
I'm nervous because I know, like, with RE3...
You know what I would cut?
They really rushed that one.
All of the fucking amiibos the game has. I would cut those.
Wait, what?
The little collectible figures. And the mini...
come on, like, nobody even does those.
I mean, it's great, but...
I didn't know that they exist.
Like, they're
They-
so
those exist?
secret. They're so hidden.
Yeah.
I didn't know that those were in the game.
They're like, you go at certain points and the fucking merchant has the little, like, shooting gallery mini games where you do stuff to, like, collect little action figures of the RE4
Oh, I
characters.
know those mini games, but I never did more than like a little bit of it.
Exactly. Like, nobody
Yeah.
fucking does them.
I mean, that's kind of like charming.
You know what's something that I think you could cut and make it things flow? Well, I like the section where you meet the merchant for the first time, but I think the canyon area in 1-2, you could cut that.
You're so wrong.
It's so wrong. It's the
That's
one
me,
time in the
that's the
game you have a
bridges?
choice.
Is that the one with all the bridges? Is that? It's been a
Yeah.
while since I've been-
Yeah.
That's like
I love that area. What are you talking about?
I think I don't know. I think you could make things flow better. Honestly, like the village, the stuff around the village is probably the stuff that's hardest to cut. There's a lot you can take out of the castle and the island and make things flow better, but the village is kind of a perfect little 2-act
So
structure.
speaking of the shooting gallery mini games, that's actually kind of funny to me because I think the game is at its best when it feels like the best shooting gallery in the world.
I like RE4. I like RE4 when it has real levels, and the castle is when they start going, what if we stopped having real levels? And it's
I love the castle.
it's still great. It's mechanically solid, but there's a little too much. I think I would
You
either
get the Catholic. It's fun.
I would make the village half the game, and then the castle and the island a quarter of the game each.
I think it's good as it is.
I think it's very obviously, but I'm saying if I was remaking it and had, you know, whole cart and had to make.
If you start cutting down on the castle, you lose out on all the fantastic, like, Okay, we're in giant lava pits.
Yes,
now,
that section. That's one of the sections that I would cut.
Oh no, you gotta keep
Andy,
the
I
lava
think you just
section.
hate fun.
You gotta keep the insect nests.
No. Well, Eli was already pro cutting those.
Yeah.
Next, you're
but-
gonna say you would cut out the giant robot chase.
I mean, yes. I would probably.
No.
No, they should.
You know what? 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 You know what?
Isn't the robot in the trailer? I forget.
I don't. We saw like 2 minutes. You know what I would cut? Every fucking QuickTime event. Every single one. Every single one.
Yes.
No.
All of them are
RE4
cut.
is the only game that's ever gotten QuickTime events.
Yeah, and
There's
you
no
think they
such
can get
thing.
it again right again? No fucking way. You know what's disgusting, Lid? Did you ever play Force Unleashed on the Wii?
No.
Doing RE4 style QuickTime events with a fucking Wiimote and nunchuck?
Pain.
That's miserable. Fun fact, that's actually the better version of Force Unleashed.
Andy, you
There
can't
are
take
people
a
who
hit
say
to
like the
luck.
Wii is like the best version to play RE4.
I mean, it probably is. Not,
I mean-
not maybe not that the HD mod's out, but in terms of control, yeah. Like,
I don't agree. at
like
all.
it was kind of the VR mode, like the middle ground between normal and VR. In terms of, yeah, I can just fucking cheat.
Hey, it's fucking RE4 as a light gun game. Awesome.
Yeah,
That's just not fun though.
I mean, aiming smooth. Well, I mean,
Aiming- Look, aiming the remote of the TV for more than like 5 minutes. Is
oh, you're so wrong. That's the dumbest opinion you've ever said, Eli. Like, I refuse.
gloves are off.
I refuse to ever play Metroid Prime on a GameCube controller. That's
I can't play 3 because I hate.
no. That's the best. That's the best fucking control scheme. That is the superior control scheme. You all are just console babies who are like, no, first person
I
shooter with
hate
dual
playing without
analog. That's why no.
Imagine getting called a console baby by a Wii fan.
But I can't play with like a mouse and keyboard for anything either. Like I don't like. I'm only really comfortable with a controller, or I mean I'm comfortable with fight sim too.
Yeah, so this stream's kind of going out in how I thought it was going to going out. First half, super smooth. Second half, less smooth.
Andy, Zafi wants to know: have you ever played Indiana Jones' Greatest Adventures?
A little bit. That game's, like, hard. Like, absurd. Like, it is maybe harder than the Super Star Wars games. Which, Super Empire Strike Back is a one of the most miserable platformers. And the fact that, like, that game... Like, I think it's really cool, and I like the sprite works, but those... Man. Fuck those JVC-developed LucasArts platformers. They're all really hard. Oh, thank God. Fucking... Come on, man. We're gonna be here a while.
Yeah.
It's fine. We're still... Oh, I think the stream actually did reset.
Yeah, it says you've only been live for 13 minutes.
Well, let's say we've been live for 45 minutes, I think. So we still got time. I'll just upload this as... see if I can edit together smoothly as a single thing. Or I might just try and send the files to someone who has, like, basic video editing experience and be like, hey, I'll give you $5 if you can just clip these two together. Or, like, $20, probably, is a more fair rate.
Hey, can you edit this together so it looks like I beat Castlevania?
Hey, I did beat single...
Edit this together so it looks like a speed run.
They just send you the whole stream, but it's like sped up 3 times.
Hold on. What do I fucking look like? Billy Mitchell?
Imagine a game where every time you died, the game got faster.
I feel like that is a video game.
That probably exists.
I feel like it is too, and I'm trying to remember which one.
That seems like something from... That's like the next health system they replace Estus with.
I think the Sekiro, like, I guess it's not. I guess the game doesn't get like harder the more you die, but I think games that get harder the more you die are kind of genius and awesome and cool.
I think they're cringe and
Yeah, I agree with Andy. You know what? They knew that the knife was bad because that's the one thing. If you hear,
Yeah.
you don't have any.
yeah, they're fucking taunting me. It's when they shoot it diagonally because you don't even have a chance to block it with the whip. Fucking bone snaking. Thank you.
What's the ammunition for the knife?
Hearts.
Oh, fuck! I forgot that hearts don't heal you for real.
No, no.
Which is
The
like
hearts
the most
are-
backwards ass shit ever.
Wall meat heals you. I mean, to be fair, food is a long-standing healing item in video, even by this point in video games.
But
Yeah,
it is,
no, I
it
have
is
no objections
weird
to that.
for someone who doesn't know the series that hearts are not healing.
Like, what, are you the vampire? Okay.
I mean, in some of them.
No, not in this one.
In maybe the best one.
No. Well, okay, yes. I thought you were talking about Symphony. I'm like, that game... Symphony...
No, oh yeah.
Symphony is maybe the third best Igavania, if we're being honest.
What would you say is number 2?
Portrait of Ruin.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And maybe Dawn is better. I'm not sure. I need to replay it.
It's too DS for me.
Yeah, I get that. I love the DS though, but yeah, I get what you like. Ecclesia's not the rough one though, right?
I fucking hate Ecclesia.
Okay, yeah, I know. That's the one that's. What a great final note for the Castlevania Igavania series though.
To make it non-Negavania.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna say something kind of controversial. I think Castlevania
Okay.
1 is the Castlevania game with the best box art in the series.
Fuck you! No.
I'm sorry, have you seen, like, how, like, Dracula's face against the castle, and the whip, and, like, how it, like, all comes together? It's really fucking good.
Okay, Rondo of Blood, Symphony of the Night. And
Yeah,
Shadow of
they're all
Sorrow.
bangers. They're all
that's
bangers.
better.
They're not as good as this game. I love this game's. You know what? You know what's the worst one, though? Every
That's
version of
repetitive.
Castlevania 3. Oh, yes, I forgot
Yeah.
about Dawn of Sorrow, yeah.
No, Dawn of Sorrow is the
Oh,
worst.
also, Lid, one thing I want to talk about. I know you like Chronicles. You know what would make Chronicles better? If in arranged mode you could use the original and good design of Simon Belmont. That redesign is bad. Red-haired Simon is bad. I'm just gonna say that.
I
Isn't it
just
more like purple hair.
Well, he. It's also very funny in Judgment. He just looks like like Yagami.
I like
Everyone
Castlevania.
looks bad in Judgment.
Fine.
And that's what makes Judgment cool.
I mean, Judgment also is a bad fighting game, so I don't really know if you can call it cool.
Yeah, but it's funny.
It is funny. It is. We're gonna.
Why are you getting so close to the snake?
Because I have the short whip. Because you have to upgrade.
You have a knife.
Do I?
Yeah.
I mean. Also, getting
Knife is
close
gonna
makes.
suck against the boss anyway.
Also, getting closer means it's easier for me to deflect projectiles, spam it away.
But what if they go diagonal?
Then they go diagonal. Alright, let me... Hold on. Actually, let me...
You got a lot of hearts. You got a knife. You died.
Yeah, I know I died.
You know, it's great to be able to skip all the text in Ocarina of Time.
Oh, yes! That helps. Because that game has a lot of text and it does not say a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I don't skip all of it necessarily.
Thank you.
But
Thank
I
you.
can if I want.
Is Navi the most overhated character in a video game?
There's definitely something worse out there.
But Navi is pretty high up there. Like, she's fine.
Let me look up most hated characters. Let me see if there's one that is overhated.
Big the Cat.
Yeah.
Big the Cat's not great, but he's not the worst.
Big the Cat's gameplay is much worse than he is.
Yes. And also, he's got balls of steel.
What?
The joke is he is voiced by Duke Nukem. At least in Sonic Adventure 1 and Heroes.
Really?
Yes. You did not know this?
Oh
Oh,
my
that's
God.
very funny. John St.
That
John.
is great. That's great. Oh, you know who?
I'm gonna save state here. I have enough health. I'm gonna...
Ashley is hated by a lot of people. Looks like.
Yeah, I think Ashley's overhated.
Yeah, I never got it. Like, it's like an insane hatred because like,
You just tell her to go in the dumpster.
yeah, like fucking. Of every escort mission, she's by far the best in like any video game.
You know what video game has
I don't
the
agree with
worst
that, but she's
escort
not the
missions? Have any of you played Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red or Blue Rescue Team?
Yeah.
No.
That game's
No,
escort missions are a war crime. Basically, all of your escort targets are always level 1, and this is a Pokemon game, so enemies are like in the level 20s and 30s and higher, and they're just... And also, they fucking have bad AI and will just be like, I'm gonna walk into lava today. I think that's a good game.
You know what is a good escort mission?
What?
Ocarina of Time.
What one is that?
Jabba's belly.
That's
You
true.
escort her. She can't.
That's
get hurt or
probably
anything.
the
It's
best.
really funny.
That is probably the best Young Link dungeon. Like
Yeah, I'm
even
excited to
if
get
you
the
count
first
the Young Link half of Spirit Temple and
Yeah, I'm excited to get to Jabba's belly next time I play. Also, you can speed up the king if you want.
good.
No. You need to have the original experience.
No, I do not. I played the 3DS version first. Well, actually, I didn't. I played it on Virtual Console, but you know, there's a reason that's the best version. Or
Well, I don't know if that it's going to necessarily be true anymore.
well, yeah, PC port, but
Yeah. But in terms of official version, yeah, obviously.
it does seem like Nintendo Switch Online quietly got a little better. Not great, but I haven't heard any major horror stories for Nintendo Switch games.
That's because everyone gave up on them.
No, there are a bunch of Nintendrons who still buy those.
Well, yeah, the
Did-
Nintendo.
Did they complain usually?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
They can.
Are
Yeah.
they even human?
I mean, Lit, are you human? Am I human?
I'm not.
I'm a Pikmin.
I'm monkey.
That's what I am. I'm really excited for Pikmin 4. That'll be great. Unless it fucked up, which I hope it isn't. So I just want to say, obviously, you know, you're safe stating, that's fine, but just I noticed you were back at the cave. It is mean how, and video games should not do this. If you start a level and you're not moving, nothing should hit you. Like, you press right slightly, fine, but if you're just respawn, you walk away, nothing should happen. But this
Oh,
is
gee, use the
really-
knife. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Maybe if you had good timing, that would help.
That's
Maybe you should
way
use the
too
knife
fun.
more so you can get better with it.
Maybe
Like Leo Brandon.
I should do this because this is the fastest and most efficient way to take these enemies down.
Look, all I'm saying is once you beat that first guy, you had more health than you did the last time. It's not anymore. But he got hit.
Yeah, I think that's like the shadow advice, like the secret super tip. Don't get hit.
Yeah.
Lid, when's the last time you beaten this game?
Maybe never.
Yeah, so, I feel like that was the answer.
I've definitely beaten Frankenstein.
Yeah, definitely. I know that. What's the farthest you think you've gotten? Is it the hallway to death?
It's probably either the hallway to death or death.
Death's a... If you don't have triple shot holy water, he is a nightmare. If you do, he's the easiest boss in the game.
Yeah, but Bobor says hit the boss with the whip until it dies.
Of course.
Do you think a Belmont could beat a cyber demon?
I've seen a Belmont beat Mario and Luigi.
I believe that there are in fact Doom wads that posit that exact question.
Well, no, there are Doom
I
ones
guess
that
the
are
question-
remakes of Castlevania 1, but I don't know if you can play that in other things. I think Alucard
Belmont?
could definitely beat a cyber demon.
I think Alucard would just teleport behind the cyber demon and say nothing personnel, kid.
Yeah, he can do that. Okay. I also have a question. Is it problematic that Alucard does Yellowface later in the series?
Wait, what?
Eli, you know he's in Aria of Sorrow.
Oh.
Arikado.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no.
I think it's fine.
Okay.
He has a pass.
It's tasteful. You know, tasteful.
Tasteful yellow face.
Oh, man.
See, I didn't remember what you were talking about for a second because I always just skip all the dialogue in Aria of Sorrow.
I don't. It's
after
one some of
my
the best
first
dialogue
playthrough-
in Castlevania.
Yeah, but after my first playthrough, I always play through that game now when I replay it.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so
We're just gonna...
one of the things I think is really fun about that, you actually kind of get this too in Battle Network games, maybe not to as much of an extent, is you just like replay Aria of Sorrow, and other than the souls you specifically need to beat the game, I don't go after any particular souls. I just get what I get.
Hey, Lid.
It makes for runs every time.
You know what? It seems like I'm having a hard time because this NES game is making... because of where I'm save stating, I have to beat this boss in 2 hits. Man, it seems like making a hard-ass video game where you die in 2 hits constantly. That's not a great game design, huh?
What were they thinking?
Technically, the design wasn't for that because
No. I'm making a dig at Ghosts and Goblins for being a worse series.
I don't think I could be convinced to play Ghosts and Goblins.
They're cool,
It's just
and for the first level, and then
You should play exactly the first level and then stop.
yeah.
You know what I like
You should play Demon's Crest. The Gargoyles Quest games are cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like Firebrand.
Is not Galador? What the fuck is the name
Hello,
of?
Gondola.
Hey Gondola, I'm dying.
Yeah. What is the name of what?
Let me turn you up. You are super quiet on my end.
Yes, you are quite quiet.
What's the name of what?
Shit, I don't
Why
know.
I'm so quiet all of a sudden.
You're better now.
It's very strange. I thought I had solved these issues. Maybe I need a new audio cable.
I feel like Unsolved Issues would be a pretty good band name.
It almost
You know what?
certainly exists.
I'm gonna write it down on my notepad document of band names. It said unsolved issues.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good one. I think my second place one so far right now is one Zoe came up with, which was a stir-fried ricin. No? Okay. Alright, I'll tell her that you guys thought it sucked.
I'm sorry.
I have
Don't
found,
be.
I have found multiple songs and records named unsolved or unresolved issues.
But no band. So
I have
Given-
found unsolved problems of noise.
Hey, Andy.
You can always,
Yeah?
So this is big news. When you were talking about Demon's Crest, I thought that was just an alternate name for Gargoyle's Quest.
You didn't know there was a Super Nintendo game?
No, I only knew about the Game Boy games.
There's also an NES game.
I got a. Yeah, no, I didn't know there was a Super Nintendo game. I
Yeah,
got
it's a
Wii.
trilogy.
I only knew about the Game Boy one.
Yeah, and on NES, Gargoyle's Quest 2.
Well, I'm gonna skip the NES. I'm gonna go to the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, that game, Gargoyle's Quest, looks great. It might be the best looking NES Capcom game.
Damn, I have to play it then. Damn.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's.
I like Fire Rand a lot.
Yeah, he's the GOAT. That's his.
way better than Arthur.
I'm very disappointed they have never done my genius idea for the series, which is you have a Portrait of Ruin-esque platformer where you can switch between Firebrand and Arthur.
That is pretty good. But
Yeah.
that would require some competent Capcom to do that.
That would require them to not just make arguably a worse version of the PSP thing they made. Like, oh, thank God, a good sub-weapon. Okay. I'm gonna save state here. This seems like pretty good odds.
Yeah, I like the X. It's
Yeah.
good.
I mean, it's you know, it's not the cross, and it's
It's not the
definitely not
best
holy
game.
water, but it's, you know.
It's not the best in this game. I like it more in some other games. This Holy Water gets nerfed, but yeah, Axe can be a lot of fun. Knife is obviously, not good, but
Come on, come on. Okay, I got pretty close that time. I'll just load. So how are we doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Gondola, are you excited that you don't have to go through a hurricane?
Yeah, well, I still live on the East Coast, so I mean, we still get the residuals of the hurricane.
Is it really?
You actually don't get fucking anything. You live in a mountain.
You'd be surprised though.
That's
the
true.
last time
I
was
think
like
I think you've had your power go out like what, 10 times this
Yeah.
year?
No, the last time we had like the last time Florida had a really bad hurricane, the residual rainfall ended up knocking my power out for like 3 days. So
Well, to be fair, a light breeze will do that, from what I understand.
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. But
What's it
yeah,
even?
I think it's cold enough now that it won't.
They live in
happen.
Pittsburgh. If
Yeah,
that's
Because it's like it's the combination of like the heavy rains and the lightning and the heat. That's kind of like the bad trio.
Gondola's like, yeah, it's a nice area, but my power goes out if it's too sunny.
Oh, I never said it was a nice area.
I say that. I think you live in a nice place.
I think yeah,
it's pretty nice.
yeah. Pittsburgh seems.
People who are Pittsburgh natives might not necessarily agree, but they're all racist. So.
yeah, I've never been to Western Pennsylvania, but Philly's pretty close.
I mean, that's basically a different country.
I'd say
Yeah.
the shitty areas of Pittsburgh are definitely nicer than the shitty areas of Philly. So.
Also, you're in New Jersey, Eli. So,
What are you saying?
that New Jersey sure is New Jersey, huh?
It's nice here. I don't know what you mean. I mean, not in like the summer.
Garden State.
Yeah, the Garden State.
There are so many really nice trees where I live. It's really nice.
That's true. That's true. There's a lot of nice greenery.
So yeah, so
What,
shut the fuck up.
What
Andy.
part of New Jersey are you in?
South Jersey.
South Jersey.
Yeah, like right near Philly.
Gotcha. I almost went there for Ocean City is there, I think, right?
But yeah,
But
Ocean City is like to the east of me, I think.
Yeah, I ended up going to the other ocean city that is in Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is equally as hilarious, filled with Western Pennsylvanians on vacation, and like frat dudes. It's pretty funny. I like how like every building in that area, at least on the Maryland side, is basically just like not been updated since like 1970.
Yeah.
So off the top of your head, if we're just shit talking places, what is the trashiest state? Indiana's like might be in the running. Just I'll throw.
The trashiest state.
Whoa,
I've
lid.
driven-
Oh wait, okay.
The trashiest state I've been to, or like the trashiest state
Just what you think it is.
what I think it is.
I mean, it's Florida.
Well, yes.
No. It's Mississippi.
No.
No, I was gonna say
What
Missouri.
does trashy mean in this context?
Okay. The reason I ask is because by far probably the most like depressing place I've ever driven through or like ever stepped foot in was Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh yeah, that's I can.
Oh,
That makes
oh man, there is nothing going on out there. Just pure depression and opioid abuse. Like,
But that's true for Ohio and
No,
Yeah,
no,
well,
no, no.
yeah.
Ohio has a
Texas
lot
and
more going
Oklahoma.
on than Little
Oh,
Rock.
Ohio,
Like-
Ohio has real cities and sports teams, and things you
Yeah,
can do
yeah.
on a weekend.
I've
Yeah.
yeah,
And a
if
Great
we're gonna
Lake.
if we're gonna talk about Rust Belt opioid epidemic, you're thinking of West Virginia. Now that there's
No,
there's some good
Ohio's
opioid
like.
abuse
Have you
going
been to Youngstown Gondola? You're close. You.
on. I think I've driven through. I don't think I've stopped in Youngstown.
Yeah.
Good.
I know that the answer.
yeah. Maybe there's a good reason for that.
I know the answer for trashy state can't be Massachusetts. It's not, but I also just want to shit talk Massachusetts.
Yeah, I know you've had bad times at Boston.
Well, what
Yeah.
I was gonna
Not
say
just in
about.
Boston, but the whole state.
Oh yeah.
It's not
I've-
the trashiest. I just get bad vibes from the place.
I've been to Rhode Island, which is close to Boston, but not quite in there. I was at the Boston airport, and then I went down to Rhode Island. So
I stayed in Boston for a couple of days. Evil city.
Yeah. Thank you.
I mean, I here's the thing. Having from the stories I've heard about Boston and the stories I've heard about LA, I'm pretty sure I will take Boston 100% of the time.
I concur, but also I think that both cities' sports teams should lose for the next 100 years.
Of course,
Yeah.
obviously.
that
I don't
that's
care
just
about that
because
element
the
of it,
East,
but-
that's because the East Coast is
Oh,
superior
so
to
what?
the West Coast.
That seems very true from what I understand. I have a lot more
so much
friends on the
more.
East Coast, so.
I've lived on both coasts, and the weather is really good in California, but that's not going to be this true for long.
For what? 10? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's not, well, the weather's really nice when it's not on fire.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, I have friends who live in California and Oregon, and they're just like, they're like asking about advice for like masks to wear, and you're like, oh, for COVID? No, they're looking for masks for forest fires.
And a UV Frank.
Boston, Boymore says Boston is the worst city on earth. I was afraid to say it until
Yes, it
now.
is.
I have
It
no.
is absolutely the worst city on earth.
Okay, so we're gonna go immediately die because I have no lives, and I don't feel like save stating every time I die.
Sure.
Oh boy. I fucking love Heart of Fire, though. I'm just gonna...
Yeah.
Let me kill... Thank you.
Do you not have a whip?
No, I'm trying to suicide, so I get my livestock
Oh.
refilled.
All right, but what I was gonna say about West Virginia is there's a lot of opioid epidemic shit going on there. But there's two things about West Virginia that are great. One is Tudor's Biscuit World.
Oh, I have no conception of that, but boy, that sounds nice.
If you are ever in West Virginia, it is a chain of restaurants.
Fuck
that
the
are
stairs.
only-
Oh, I fucking
they're
hate these
only in
stairs.
West Virginia. And you go there and you order the two biscuits with sausage gravy for like $3, and it is like the two largest biscuits you've ever seen in your life with just like a metric fuck ton of sausage gravy.
That sounds great.
But
It is the most like efficient like fast food I've ever gotten that didn't taste like garbage.
by the way, since we're talking about good food, do you want to know how Polish Pittsburgh is?
I mean,
They have pierogi bars.
yeah, we got pierogi bars.
I've never had a pierogi.
Oh, they're
I have
delicious.
They're great.
They're just dumplings, but you know, who doesn't like dumplings?
They're dumplings,
Yeah.
but people aren't afraid to put weird shit in them, which is what makes them great. One of my favorite pierogi bars is unfortunately extremely pro-cop, so I feel very conflicted every time I go there.
That sounds-
It's really called Cop Out.
Gee, I wonder why there are all these cops in the pierogi bar. I wonder why could.
Yeah, Polish people just love cops apparently.
No, they love being cops. There's a very big difference.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, it's called Cop Out Pierogies. Their mascot is literally a police officer, and there's like a bunch of like cop memorabilia inside the store. But damn if they don't have some of the best pierogies in the city.
You know, around here, like every house is either has very liberal things on it or a Blue Lives Matter thing on it.
Yeah.
That's how Western Pennsylvania. I feel like a lot of places on the East Coast are like that.
Yeah.
I came back from New York City the other week, and I visited twice now. And you know, for as much as it is represented as a very liberal city, there are some pockets that would make you think otherwise.
A Long Island. That's
It turns out there are lots of Italians, and Italians are racist.
Gee,
Yeah.
it's not like there are any recent events that corroborate that story.
yeah, that's true. It's true.
Girl Mussolini.
She's a girl boss. I don't know why you're saying she's racist. I mean, come on. Freaking cancel culture leftists out here. Don't want to see a woman succeed in government.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I need to get some water. Be right back.
No, come on.
Did anyone else see that meme that was like,
Oh, thank God.
it was like, this is what your aunt is going to be posting on Facebook 3 months after the Mario movie comes out, and it's like a Minions meme, but it's like Toad,
Yeah.
a wine mom caption.
I think when
Toad basically is a minion. That works. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Toad is Toad
I
being
love the
like,
actor. I love
don't
the
ask.
actor.
Toad being like, don't ask. Oh, these fucking axe knights.
They're great. I think these are some of the best enemies in the series. Like they are some of the most iconic to me.
Oh yeah, they're great, but they're fucking. Oh, I think it's next. I think it's next. No, I do not want that. I do not.
Hallway.
Yeah, the hallway. Right up here, I think.
I like that they loop around to the right.
Oh no,
side.
it's not next.
How,
Okay.
How
Oh,
far
thank
is
God.
your-
Level 5 of 6.
Gotcha.
Been doing this
Yeah,
for
so
about an hour
only
and a half.
3 hours to go.
Oh, yeah, level 6 is also, like, fuck the clock tower. Fuck that fucking clock tower. Fortunately, they give you unlimited continues at Dracula's.
Which is the best clock tower in the series?
That's a good one. Arya's got a really good one. Oh, you know what? Super.
Yeah, Super's really good. Aria's really good. I really like Threes.
Oh, 3, yeah, 3 gets it out of the
okay.
way, which I appreciate. It's like, here you go. Here's clock tower, level
Yeah.
2.
Which is, I really appreciate that early on in the series doing that kind of experimentation with switching that up. That it is not necessarily a late game.
God,
or even
come
mid
on.
game.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's nice. I appreciate the triple shot game, but that is not what I wanted from that wall. Let me just... Thank God you can throw holy water. Okay, I think here it is. Oh, wait.
Is Soma Cruz the most ripped out guy in video games?
I mean, I don't even know if he's the most ripped out guy in Castlevania. He's pretty ripped. He also has the...
Not.
There it is! Up those stairs.
I didn't say ripped. I said ripped out. No, really.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, that coat's iconic. Alright, let's...
Ooh.
Yeah,
I already don't like this.
Oh, no, this is not the hard part. This is...
Goody.
Yeah.
The hard part's up those stairs. It is the most infamous part of Castlevania 1.
Yeah.
Is it the one with the Medusa heads and you have to jump over stuff?
And the Axe Knights.
Oh god.
It is legendary. No, okay. You can't use sub-weapons on stairs for some fucking reason. Can I please? Thank you. Okay. Okay. Oh, god damn it. Alright. Here it is. Lid, could you do me a favor? Could you get the picture from the AVGN episode that displays how the damage works in this fucking level? Do I need to get it? You know in the Castlevania episode, where he talks about the hallway, he draws, like, lines on the screen for where the damage is, and it's just fucking... Yeah, it should be, like, about 2/3 of the way through that episode. I watched it recently. But I'm on a big AVGN kick recently.
Does he hold up?
Yes. Not...
I remember watching when I was younger, and I wasn't a big fan.
No, I would like, some of his super early stuff doesn't hold up, but from, like, episode 30-something through, like, 120, 110, it's like, oh, he's the GOAT.
I think AVGN is maximum comfy.
Yeah. And Lid, and if you know Lid, you know Lid appreciates a comfy. Lid is a...
I've never known of any entertainer who can make saying fuck very loudly, like, endearing.
You know what it is? Because he only really says does the big rant once an episode. Like, he's a lot, like, meaner and more sarcastic than people remember. Like, that's that was, like, the trap of, like, Irate Gamer and Game Dude and other knockoffs like that.
You know what I like about him?
What?
He said that Michael Snow's Wavelengths is the worst movie ever made, and I really love that opinion.
Never heard of that.
Like, that's a
movie.
really good answer.
Yeah, James is so great. Some of his recent stuff, like, he partnered with, like an online video, and it's very clear that, like, the new guys suck. And, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Lid. Am I making you find this when you're on your phone?
No.
Oh, thank God. Double shot.
I posted it in stream chat.
Oh, you did? Why didn't I see it? Oh, you mean on Discord.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, no. That's... Now, granted, you can attack...
I put it in the Twitch chat.
The thing is, Medusas and Axe Knights are both fine on their own.
Yeah, but when you put them together, it's like, oh, you...
Yeah.
It's fucking...
I just want to say, on Google, where I got that image from, it's from a shmups forum.
Yeah. I mean, this is...
So,
That always the first shmup.
Castlevania Bullet Hell confirmed.
Yeah, I mean, this...
Castlevania's
Honestly,
the
honestly...
first Toho, yes.
Honestly, this game's hitboxes are more obnoxious than Gradius 1's.
Yeah, that's probably just true.
But Gradius 1, but at least, like, I would say dying is much less annoying than in Gradius 1, so it evens out. No, I need that. I need that.
This is like the Dark Souls of
I mean, I will say, I do feel like playing through this series, there is, like, it's not the worst comparison you could make. Like,
I agree, but that it's so played out.
yeah, you can't, like, even if it's true, you can't say it.
Although, tonally, they are pretty dissimilar, you know? Because you're always rocking Castlevania and you're sad playing Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I'm not sad playing Dark Souls.
Yeah,
I'm at the point where Dark Souls is very comfy.
well, it's also the fact that, like, Elden Ring
No,
and
you
NTS3 have came out, and it's like, oh, bosses do piddles of fucking damage compared to this. Like, this is fine.
Yeah, that's true. But also, Dark Souls NPCs all sound like Thomas the Tank Engine narrator.
That's
No,
I'm
but Miyazaki wants you to be sad playing it. That's the point.
no, he wants himself to be sad. I read the Elden Ring interview.
It's great.
He's like, I'm
He
not
loves-
mad.
he
What
loves-
do you mean I'm sadistic? I'm masochistic. I have to beat these. Oh fuck! I didn't want that. That is the last thing I wanted right now. Thank you.
I don't know, maybe a stopwatch will be useful in the hallway. Does it work on them?
Well, yeah. Let's see.
Maybe it'll be useful with all 13 hearts that you have in this
And then beating death afterwards. Yeah.
You got this. Oh no, you got hit. You don't got it. It's all slipping away.
Nah, I got this. I don't got the boss after this though. Next time I hit save state when I had triple shot holy water, cause ooh. Alright.
How hard can you be?
You don't fucking know. This motherfucker is... This is...
Yeah,
Does the stopwatch not work on it?
hallway, but
No, well, it doesn't... It works on him. It doesn't work on the projectiles.
Ooh.
Death would definitely get, I think, better fights.
Yes. The one in Aria is very good.
So is the one in Rondo because he takes off his cloak and it's really cool.
Yeah. Super Castlevania 4 is pretty good.
So I like the one in Symphony.
Yeah, Death has a pretty good series of fights.
Yeah. Not so much here, but
Honestly.
I mean, I'm generally not incredibly fond of NES games.
Yeah,
And
a
I
lot of them are
think
just 7s or 8s, but I will say there are, especially in the later end half of the library, like, especially
There
after the
are
Super
standout-
Nintendo came out, there's a lot of good shit.
Yeah, there are standouts, but I mean, overall, the Super Nintendo was just a much better console.
Yes, I would agree with that. I would say Super Nintendo is far and away Nintendo's best 20th century game console. Oh, I got an extra life!
I think that even a lot of bad NES games are good.
Yeah, the NES games are at least, like, historically interesting, because it's like they're trying to figure out, oh, what is a video game?
But I can say something that will probably piss you off.
What?
Good. I think the N64 is better than the PlayStation.
No!
True.
I mean,
So
look,
big.
the N64
So grand.
is cool. It's a great system. It has 20 to 50 good games. I remember we were talking about this with Lid, and Lid was like, I was like, it had like 20 good games, and Lid was like, well, have you played Beetle Adventure Racing? And I went, that's one of the 20, and Lid went, oh fuck.
I don't think that the PS1 has very many games I'd like to play. Let's just say that.
That's crazy. That's
The PS1 has a lot of good games, but it also has like 2,000 like the NES and
Like,
the
it
Atari
might
and
be
shit have like a
less than
lot.
10.
The NES and the Atari have a lot of like bullshit sports games and stuff, but the PS1 also had that, but you could just print them to a CD.
You know what? I was talking about Lid, and I love the console a lot more than Lid, but I think they're correct. You know what console had maybe the most foul shovelware of any console ever?
The DS.
Yes,
DS or the
yes,
Wii?
yes. The DS has.
I knew it was going to be either the DS or the Wii. I wasn't
No,
sure
no.
which.
Wii shovelware is funny because it's like, what do you want me to shake, huh? How does this work? DS shovelware is just the cheapest thing anyone has ever played.
Yeah. Like, if those would have been phone games.
And to be fair, the DS has over 1,500 games, so that's still like a very you still have more good games on it, great games on it than most systems, than a lot of systems. But it's like, oh man.
It's kind of nuts considering that the PS2 is the best-selling console ever, that there's not more bullshit on it.
Well, if you wanted to make cheap bullshit, you could just make it for the Game Boy Advance. I think was, and you know what else?
Yeah, that
a
is,
lot of the, you know what also had a lot of early 2000s PC kids games. I feel like are
Yes.
Lid. Yeah,
It's just a matter of like kids don't know better. But like PS2, I don't know. The average demographic.
I mean, there were trash games, obviously, for the PS2.
There
but it wasn't-
definitely were, but it's like the percentage is off, you know? It's alarmingly low.
I remember
considering
Game Boy
it sold
Advance one being one of the best.
150
Yeah,
million.
yeah. Aria of Sorrow is. I remember I played that for the first time. I'm like, oh, this is like within like 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, this is fucking amazing.
No, so here's the thing.
only thing with
I
Aria
think
of
there- I
Sorrow-
think there's like a tipping point phenomenon, right? Where like the PS2 comes out, sells a bajillion copies, and just has a constant stream of good games.
And also a low enough attach rate that there wasn't like because a
It
billion
also
people
was for
bought
a
it
lot
to
of-
use it as a DVD player.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's like if it's just this constant stream of good games, if you're a kid and you get like, I don't know, 2 games a year or whatever, like on your birthday and on Christmas or whatever, you go into the store and it's like, oh, there's that really good game that came out I want to play. When I was a kid, I had a DS, and like I would go in and like fucking GameStop or whatever, and my dad would be like, okay, get a $20 game or whatever. And I would just pick like whatever fucking thing I recognized. Like, oh, there's Ben 10. Let me get this shitty Ben 10 game or whatever.
Oh, you know what I played that was like that? Power Rangers on the Nintendo 64. What a piece of shit game.
Ugh.
The worst game I ever played like that was I don't even know how I didn't like the movie. I don't know how I ended up with this, but I had a ET game for the Game Boy, which if you've ever read reviews for
For the Game
for
Boy.
the Game Boy, yeah.
Okay, this is
It
interesting.
is famously like one of the worst games like ever made.
No, I think you're thinking of the Atari version. That's famously one of the worst games.
Yeah.
Well,
Unless
I
they
mean,
ported back to the Game Boy, which
I
is
mean,
really
I
funny.
mean, as far as my memory serves, it was not good.
No, I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying it's not famously
know-
one
you
of the
know
Probably
what's-
a
worst.
port of the Atari.
Like I have
You
never.
know what's actually kind of scary?
E.T. isn't one of the worst 2600 games.
No. What's scary is there's a lot of ET Game Boy games.
Oh,
That's
no,
terrifying.
that
I'm
is
not even
terrifying.
Sure which
Lid.
one I would have had then.
You could have played ET Digital Companion, ET Escape from Planet Earth, ET the Extraterrestrial,
I think
or
it was the last
ET Interplanetary Mission.
I think it was
What the
extraterrestrial.
fuck? Wait, that
Or
movie came
ET
out.
in the Cosmic Garden.
That movie would have been at
That's
least
even-
5 years old when the Game Boy came out. Why were there so even in 1989? Like what?
What year do you think all these games came out?
yeah. I'm looking at the years of like.
I'm gonna guess 1980.
You're already wrong.
I'm gonna guess 1992
2001 and 2002.
on the original Game Boy or Game Boy Color.
Game Boy Color, and one Game Boy Advance game.
Okay.
Yeah, it was definitely the Game Boy Advance one that I played.
Man,
Let
Game
me
Boy
ask-
Advance.
let me ask a
Game
bold
Boy
question
Advance has the greatest shovelware of all time.
Would you believe that there was another ET Game Boy Advance game planned that got canceled?
Why?
And cancel culture.
So true.
Shut up, Eli.
What?
Or
You
so,
reckon more stronger than that than what I said about the PS1.
Let me
well,
ask
because
you
the
a question
PS1
here.
was so
there anyone
ridiculous
who,
on
as
its
a
face that it's
child-
like, oh, that Eli always saying dumb things.
Were there children out there who actually liked E.T. as children?
I remember I saw
Everyone
it once
know
and I thought it
fucking
was
hated
decent.
E.T. and thought he was a creepy, gross monster.
I mean, I hate ET, but I'm sure he had fans. I'm sure there were fans.
Have any of you seen Mac and Me? I figure we need to ask
I've
this.
seen the Conan bit.
Yeah, I've only seen the Conan clip.
Did you know about that apparently Mac and Me was supposed to die in the alternate?
Good. Should die on screen.
ET should die in real life.
I haven't seen ET in 20 years.
I hate ET. I think that movie's. I hate the kids in it. They're terrible.
It's not a good
Boy
movie.
More in
ADT.
chat says, as a kid I rented Mario and Missing and almost cried because I hated it so much. That's fair. You were lied to. You were promised.
That's what that game deserves.
Yeah, no. That game is a lie. It's like, oh, do you want to do a fun Mario game? Yeah. Okay. Homework. And it's like, what? At least Mario teaches typing is upfront about like, here's homework.
What it is, yeah.
Like, and it's on PC, so it's like, okay, I guess I can do this in the computer lab or whatever. But like, that was on the NES and Super Nintendo.
I would just like to remind everyone that the NES version of Mario is Missing was made by the people who made the prototype. Or not the
So
people
the
necessarily.
thing about
but
like
the
Mario
company.
Missing, as you pointed out, like being so Super Nintendo,
Is it-
like at least the Philips CDI games is like, look, you already had a CDI, you knew you were losing.
Yeah, no, they're like the CDI's best game was that it like launched with a version of like Pack Attack. That's not a great sign.
Did you know that Chip's Challenge was a fucking Atari Lynx game?
Yes. Okay, don't. So, my fucking white whale is, trying to get. There's like fucking 10 different versions of Chip's Challenge. And they all use like different sound fonts. It's really weird. I've been trying for ages to get the specific version of Chip's Challenge I used to play as a kid that I think came in the like Windows 96 like
Have you
game
tried
pack.
creating virtual machines?
I think I know like what I used to do is I was able to finally find a ROM for it, and then you try to run it in like compatibility mode, but it's built for fucking like Windows 96, so like anything from like Vista onward wouldn't run it.
We
You
need.
should use a virtual
Yeah, and you
machine
can't
to-
find the original version of Ski Free. It's all like Flash remakes, and it's like, no, I want to play Ski Free, not your
You know what I like about this game is they figured out these enemy archetypes like right off the bat.
Yeah.
There's a lot about this game that is not the best of Castlevania, but you would see these enemies more or less unchanged in other games, and it works better in those.
I think
games.
3 has the exact
But it-
same Flea Man sprite.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's more of like a knock against the series than it is praise for this game.
I disagree. I think,
Yeah, shut up, Lid.
yeah. I'm always down with telling Lid
Ain't
to
broke,
shut up.
don't fix it.
Alright, we're gonna create another save state. We need to. We've been in this level for a bit too long, and no.
It's less ain't broke, don't fix it, and more. Hey,
This'll
maybe,
do.
Maybe think about why you're doing this.
I mean, I will say none of these enemies are as fucking obnoxious as a red armor.
Like like for example, maybe you don't need Medusa heads to infinitely respawn in the games that have level up systems.
No, they're iconic. You gotta have.
In Harmony of Dissonance, you can literally go into a room where Medusa heads are. You can hold down the B button and make your whip dangle. and the Medusa heads will just run into your whip, and you can just level up
Well-
indefinitely like that.
That's your fault for taking advantage of easy cheats, Led. That's
Yeah, and also I'm
That's
talking
their
about
fault for making the
Castlevania
game
as a
like that.
platformer. Also, I'm talking about Castlevania as a platformer, like the Igavanias.
Yeah, honestly, level up
And
systems
there
are
were
the
way
least
more
interesting
enemies in
parts of those
Igavania,
games.
yeah, there were way more enemies in Igavania, so like a few iconic ones showing up is fine.
It's also very funny how long they kept using exactly the Rondo of Blood sprites.
It honestly, like,
They should have
as,
kept using them. That's right.
as much as I like the Igavanias, there still is definitely an element of like, oh, they definitely did this just because if they made, yeah, it's the 3D Sonic problem, right? If they just made an action platformer that was 3 or 4 hours long or whatever, no one would like it. But they added an RPG system, so you had to grind, and it would be 5 times as long. So
Well, to be fair, in the good games, you never have to grind.
Exactly.
that is not fucking true.
You don't have to grind. You never have to grind in Aria of Sorrow and
That
Symphony of
is
the Night.
not fucking true.
Well, okay. For the
Which are
specific
the
for the
good
specific
games,
copy
but-
abilities, but you don't have to grind stats wise.
And the thing about those abilities
Definitely
is
have to grind
you
in
should
Aria.
I think you're bad. I think you're bad, Lid.
look. I don't speedrun Aria, but I play it like quickly, and
Yeah,
I
no.
never try.
You just need to know what weapons are good and where to find where the secret walls are.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking. You definitely don't need a.
Yeah, no. I have never been like, oh man, I need to. Yeah.
In fact, what I
Sorry,
like about Aria
sorry
is
for not being elite enough fucking 2D gamer.
Yeah,
what I
apparently
like about
not.
Aria is because you don't have to grind, you can play it with kind of whatever souls you get.
Yeah.
Have different
I will.
sequences,
Yeah.
and it's really fun each time, so it's fresh. And it's a short game.
Fuck
too,
trying to
you
get
know
the
where-
Tsukinoko
But I
though.
think they're just jealous that they didn't know about your dangling strat. Your dangling Medusa
Yeah,
head.
that's what this is. They didn't know about dangling and
I-
this.
well,
And
see,
that's why
here's the
That's
thing.
why they don't like Harmony of Dissonance, because they're not grinding.
I don't like
They're not
Harmony of
strong
Dissonance.
enough.
I don't like Harmony of
That's
Dissonance
why.
because it's fucking ugly.
I've never played it. Because I
Like,
heard
look
that.
at that game. That game's hideous.
Yeah.
I never played it. I heard there's too much dangling.
Also, literally the final hour of that game is one hallway, basically.
That's awesome.
So
I
it's
think
Final
more games
Fantasy
should be like
X.
that.
Yeah, more games should be like MGS4.
I was literally thinking of MGS4 when they said that.
That's funny. You know, we have moved. It shows we as a society have moved past Final Fantasy 13 jokes.
Oh, I just made a Final Fantasy X joke because that game is also a long hallway.
I-
Final Fantasy X doesn't get enough hate.
I was thinking, like, a couple weeks ago, like, man, I think everyone else have forgotten that FF13 existed. For the betterment of all mankind.
No, there's one person who will never forget it. That's the person who, what's his name, who created Lightning and is really wants to fuck her.
Is that Tabata? And also, isn't Tabata gone?
I don't think it's
Was
Tabata.
that Tobuscus?
Hibiscus made lightning.
Tobuscus, mate. This is like
It's,
like a
she
Underground.
just comes out next.
Lightning and a biscuit.
Yeah, no,
it's Moto
no,
Victoriano.
that's one
who
of her
did it.
songs in theater rhythm is Nugget and a Biscuit.
Yes.
And let me find the quote. Hold on.
Come on, God damn it. Oh,
Lightning singing about her diamond sword.
I could.
So true.
Fun fact: has anyone here played Eternal Ring?
Yes.
That's a launch PS2 game by FromSoft. Fun fact: they made like 4 of them for the PS2's launch. It has Dark Souls 2 animations, and the final weapon in the game is a diamond sword from Minecraft.
Fun fact about Eternal Ring. PlayStation 2 launch title. No analog stick support.
Freaks.
I love FromSoft. I hope they get to make games until the sun goes
I
out.
hope they get to make Armored Core again, because that's what they need to do next.
Yeah, let them have fun.
Let him make, no, let him make, what's that GameCube game? Fucking, the one where you play, the cute one where you play as 2 different characters at once.
The Adventures of Cookie and Cream.
Yes, yes. Can we get a sequel to that?
Yes, please.
Can we get can we get Tenshu? Because you have the rights to that, apparently.
No. No more ninja games.
Well, there are a lot of them now, so
There
I
are so fucking many of them.
I do get that.
Are any of them good? I don't think so.
Some people like some of them.
Some people like anything.
Some people, some people like a lot of crap.
I know a lot of people who like Neo. I've never tried it, but
Only
It's
freaks
oh,
like Neo.
fuck Neo. Neo is
Neo
not
feels
awesome.
like a fake game. Like anytime I see something from Neo or people talking about like, yeah, I've been playing a bunch of Neo lately. I'm like, are you paid by someone to say that?
Dark Souls 2 is better
I
than
will
Neo.
say, Team Ninja needs to hurry the fuck up and actually make a new Ninja Gaiden.
Like, I'd much rather play Dark Souls 2 than Neo.
Neo gameplay, like the amount of people playing it, like directly correlates between like the time since the last FromSoft game. It's essentially the fentanyl of FromSoft heroin, you know. So it's like when the FromSoft addicts can't get their Soulsborne fix, they come crawling back to Neo to get.
Zoe, this is an excellent.
The dirty gaming Neo.
This is an excellent way for you to come on stream and.
Look, I literally just got out of a Chinese lesson where the entire discussion was about drug trafficking, so I've really got heroin on the mind.
Yeah, say that whole sentence again in Chinese though. That whole metaphor.
Hold on.
Want me to? I can.
I kind of don't, but okay. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Can I do it?
Speaking Chinese for the rest of the stream.
You need the practice. That's
Hold
your
on.
homework.
Hold on. No, fuck. I could have done it if I. Alright.
I could have done it, but if I had only succeeded.
No, because you can stun lock death if you have triple shot holy water. I was.
Bowmore says I bought Final Fantasy 13 as an adult and almost cried. I didn't read one review and stopped before the 4th fight.
That.
So speaking of JRPGs, I have an opinion.
I love opinions.
I think that every single Xenoblade character was mourning the Queen, because they're all British.
Well, they're only British.
Some are Scottish, some were celebrating.
That's true.
Oh, then in that case, I take that back. Most of them, but not all, were very distraught.
Was Dunban celebrating Lid?
I don't know.
You're the resident Xenoblade expert here.
Xenoblade 1 is the one that I've played the least.
That's not true. You have an unopened copy of 3.
What?
I thought you said.
I don't have 3 yet.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna pick it up soon, but I don't have
Well, then
it.
that's the one you
Yes,
played
well, that's the important thing. You can't say one is.
Okay, yes. Technically, the game that I literally have not bought yet is the one I have played the least. But of all of the other ones, Xenoblade 1 is the one I'm least familiar with.
So all 2, unless if you're counting the rest of the Xeno series.
Well, there's X, 2, and Torna.
Oh, is Torna the expansion for 2?
That sentence
Yeah.
you just said isn't real. I refuse to believe.
Torna the Golden Country is the expansion that's kind of its whole own, like, it's like a standalone, an expand-alone. That's what they called them, right?
Are you?
If it's 2013.
That's what it is, though. It's an expand-alone.
It's fucking hallway.
I can't hear you. You're very quiet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you consider yourself a Xenoblade fan?
Okay.
Generally speaking,
Reluctantly.
there's
I
a
could
lot to
probably,
hate
like-
about those games.
I could probably find like a good therapist for you, or like. There are resources out there, Lid.
At least he's like reluctant. You know, a lot of Xenoblade fans seem to be like frothing at the mouth. When
I have heard nothing but good things about 3.
Like,
So.
to give you
well,
an
yeah,
idea, like,
because only Xenoblade fans are talking about it.
Xenoblade.
No, I mean it's a very well
The thing
received,
with
good
the thing
selling
with
game, but I
Xenoblade
think not.
is that lots of people who like other JRPGs pretend like they're different, but
Yeah.
the truth is that the genre of JRPG is a scourge upon this planet.
Cringe.
That's kind of
JRPG.
true.
You know what's a good JRPG?
What?
Mega Man Battle Network 6.
Dark
like,
True. True.
Okay.
I love the Dark Souls JRPG joke. It never gets old.
I will say I do have something that I haven't, because people will talk about the series. What Souls game is actually the closest to being a good RPG?
Elden Ring.
None of them.
Elden Ring
No,
probably.
It's,
Ring is the most RPG.
There we go. That's how you beat death. That's how you fucking do it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Hopefully, if that works in real life.
Elden Ring actually might be the correct answer, just because like
There's so much crazy shit you can do with builds.
yeah, there's so much crazy shit, and doing the crazy shit is actually worth it. And even though some stuff is broken, it's not that broken.
All right. Run to the final boss.
It's not like some of the other games where there's just the one broken thing.
Alright.
Xenoblade 2 and Torna are crazy because they have some of the worst fucking characters.
They-
in plot
Xen-
that any
It is
JRPG.
insane how fucking ugly Xenoblade 2 is. Like, it
Like
is
the-
insane.
yeah.
They're bonkers, but damn, I genuinely don't think any other JRPG has had combat that good in like 20 years.
Every time I was looking at the Xenoblade 3 combat, and it just looks like it sucks.
Xenoblade, I mean, I haven't played it, but from what I've heard, Xenoblade 3's
Yeah, but
combat
JRPGs
is a
with
bit of a downgrade.
Right. It might suck, but it's the best JRPG combat in 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, yeah. Well, they're all just doing real-time shit now, so, you know.
But even the real time, isn't it just you just kind of stand around and wait for the number to go down?
I don't know how 3 works, but some of the other ones are a bit more complicated. Like Xenoblade 1 is very much, it's an MMO and you do quick time events sometimes. Xenoblade X is that, but more complicated.
And you
there's
have
a
giant
com-
robots.
There's a
I
there's a
turned that game the day I got it.
there's a
I
combo
hated that
system
so
that I
much.
still don't.
Lid
really
Lid
understand.
swears that
I'm
is
trying to fucking explain how these dumbass games work.
Sorry, Lid, continue.
Xenoblade X has this dumbass combo system that I still don't really understand because it's basically random. It depends on what color your attacks are. You can switch between ranged and melee weapons, and that's kind of cool, I guess. And you can overclock your guys, and that matters sometimes, I think. And the important thing is that you need to set up your party members and what they do based on what words they say when the quick time events happen. It's dumb. It's the most convoluted one, but it's actually kind of simple once you it's very set it and forget it, you set up your build early on and then you're just kind of okay, that works. I won't think about it for the next 40 hours.
That's underselling how long those games are, Lid.
Well, I mean, you will need to think about it again eventually, but you won't need. That's about how often you will need to think about it.
So 3 times.
Yeah, roughly.
You'll
You'll run into a dumbass quest where you need to completely change your build to kill the big bad.
And that's apparently the second best open world game of ever, and the best one before Breath of the Wild, right?
Breath of the Wild sucks. Elden Ring is the only good open world game.
What you like?
Breath of the Wild is good, and it's the only thing that Monolith Soft should be doing.
No,
What about Animal Crossing?
they helped with that.
They helped with that.
I did not.
What about
really
Pokemon?
Like the new Animal Crossing.
I don't know if they helped with Pokemon.
They did. I
Pokemon-
remember they helped with Legends Arceus.
Okay. But Pokemon sucks, so who cares?
No, Legends Arceus was good.
Xenoblade 2 is like,
Ugly.
it is ugly, but there's a reason. Basically, they hired like a million different artists to design all the characters.
Well, that, and it also looks like wax on your screen because it's a 2017 Switch game.
It runs like shit. It has a terrible sharpening filter, and it runs at like fucking 360p half the time.
2017, by the way.
The combat is like, you have special moves, and then you have super moves, and then
Did they ever do that again? The big wolf mouth door I just noticed that's in the clock tower?
Yeah, in a little game called Super Mario Brothers 2, baby.
No, I mean in this series, dumbass. And also, that's a bird door, not a wolf door.
That's true. That's true. But it's kind of the same.
Honestly, that's closer to like the bird door in Mario 2 is kind of closer to like the
main thing,
the enemy doors in Metroid.
The main thing with Xenoblade 2 and
This fucking
Torna
room.
goes
This room
even,
sucks.
Even further.
Oh my
with
God.
Yeah, this is rough.
Yeah.
Why can't they just clip through walls?
No, they're climbing up the bricks. That's what they're doing.
Oh.
The main thing with Xenoblade 2 that's cool, for one thing, it has another weird combo system as far as like the big attacks go, but it is still convoluted enough that you'll probably need to look up a guide, but it is easier to remember than X's. But then the main thing is that like all of your abilities besides your absolute most basic attack, if you like time your button presses right, you get like extra fucking damage and shit, or like extra meter fill up faster, and like it's a lot
Back
more
up here.
engaging than just like Xenoblade 1's make sure you're standing behind the enemy for this attack type stuff.
I mean, like, maybe 3 is better, but I really hated playing X like that. Like, returned it after like a half hour playing it.
I bounced off X really hard the first time that I played it. Do you know what it was that made me completely lose interest the first time?
What?
The fact that the game makes a big deal about how, oh, people have guns, but there's no cover at all. Guns are literally just, if you are this close, you can get hit.
Is there a
remember
JRPG
fighting
with
100
good
paces.
gunplay?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is the worst part of playing Barrett. I think is the worst part of Final Fantasy VII Remake. So,
Again, I gotta have to say, you know what's a JRPG with a good gun? Mega Man Battle Network, because it's just the best
True.
that's true. That's your default weapon.
gun. Yeah,
And many of
you
your
can
other
do some
weapons.
crazy shit with it eventually.
This fucking game. These fucking eagles. Not as bad as Ninja Gaiden, but still very annoying. Best open world game is Link to the Past. True.
That's
Yeah,
not an open world.
Yeah, that's not.
It's a great game, but it's not an open world.
No. And also, but it is better than Link Between Worlds. That's important.
Yes.
Wrong.
I like Link Between Worlds. It's not better.
Link Between Worlds is like top 5 Zeldas, probably.
All right, Link Between
Maybe.
Worlds
Maybe it's number
Link Between
5.
Worlds is like
Link
the
Between,
Coke
Link Between
Zero of
Worlds.
Zelda
Link Between
games.
Worlds is a fantastic Zelda game, and I say that because I think it's the only one I ever beat.
Yeah. It's
The rest
great.
I just ended up quitting at one
It's-
point or another.
It's really
okay.
good, but it's
Not the worst.
it's
it's
copying
hard.
Link to the Past super hard, but lacks the best thing in Link to the Past, which is its really tight difficulty curve. And
No.
well, okay.
Here's the thing.
Aside
here's the thing
from
with
the
Link to
Ice
Past.
Palace,
Link to the Past has a really good first 2/3, and then it completely falls apart, and everything past that point
Lid,
is shit.
Turtle Rock is a great dungeon.
Turtle. No, no.
I'd say that
No.
Link Between
That
Worlds
Turtle
better
Rock is
than-
good. I will defend Turtle Rock.
Turtle Rock has killed more of my playthroughs than any other dungeon.
That's crazy. It's not. What are you talking
No,
about?
the ice one's the worst.
Oh yes, the ice. Well, the ice one you can cheat.
Honestly, I don't think the Ice Palace is bad at all. I think Swamp is worse than Ice.
Swamp's not hard. What are you talking about?
No, enemies do crazy damage if you go in there without blue mail, which you have to do if you don't want the ice palace to be miserable.
But
No,
I think
Ganon's
the
Tower
world
is also
fine.
Ganon's Tower
but
is also
it's far from my
a
favorite.
great final dungeon, and I also think Turtle Rock's cool. And you're dumb and bad.
A Link Between Worlds is cute.
The desert dungeon's pretty cool. That's the one that and I do like how the music escalates in the final dungeon. And again, Link Between Worlds, it's like, it's either that or Minish Cap is number 5 for me. That's because I would say,
Way better.
I don't know if way better. It's a little short, but Minish Cap
I mean,
is great.
Link Between Worlds just loses a lot of its luster for me because it's like I'd just rather be playing Link in the Past.
I would agree with that, but I would say it is at least a cool, like it's cool. It has a bunch of good ideas, and like, it's also like, oh man, it's cool to have a Zelda game that's like non-linear again, and you can like sequence break shit. But yeah,
A Link to the Past feels like
I don't find that like an interesting thing. It's like, okay, it's just like that's just for me like a bit of trivia. Like I'm gonna play it in probably the same order as I played the Link to the Past dungeon, so I don't really care.
well, Link to the Past dungeons. The trick that the game doesn't tell you is that the best order, the ideal order, is not the intended order.
I've always played it in what's the intended order.
I do. My order is after Palace of Darkness, you do Swamp Palace, not Misery Mire, Swamp Palace. Then you do Thieves Town because you get a bunch of shit after you do Thieves Town. Then I do the Forest, Skull Woods. Then I do Misery Mire, Ice Palace, Turtle Rock, and Endgame.
Yeah, that I've just done it. You know, let me look. Swamp.
So you've never had the Cane of Samaria for Ice Palace?
No. That's
my-
why I mean, I thought. What do you mean? Why would
So
I-
you know that really obnoxious puzzle in Ice Palace, where you have to like move the statue in the right place to land on the switch.
Yeah.
If you have Cane of Samaria, you just put a block down, and
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I've never. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the game tells you that because it gives you the item that makes blocks wherever you stand right after you do the Ice Palace.
Well, I mean, I'll try that next time I play it. I've always loved Past that game.
Yeah, I fucking
Great.
love that game. Fucking.
I often forget that Link Between Worlds exists.
No, I remember it because I go, oh, it's been 9 years since we've gotten a real 2D Zelda.
I mean, I guess if someone asked me it in that context, yes, I would think of it.
I would still say it's
If
like...
someone asked me to list like Zelda games, I often just forget it exists because it has no real.
I haven't
identity.
played...
oh wrong.
I haven't-
It's the whole 2D wall crawling.
Yeah, that's
thing.
pretty cool.
Which
I
is-
do like that
which
mechanic.
is the coolest part about it, but it's so underutilized.
No, I think it's used pretty well.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's used well. I would agree with Lid on this. My order, off the top of my head, is either Minish Cap or Link Between Worlds, depending on my mood. Hold on.
Hard to think with all this fucking bullshit on this.
Yeah.
Yo, give me a sec. Let me kill myself.
Okay,
Anyway,
okay.
Back to my thoughts.
Minute, and then... okay, so... I know my top 3. And then below that, it's a 3-way tie between the 3DS/PC port of Ocarina of Time, Minish Cap, and Link Between Worlds. And then my top 3 is Twilight Princess, Majora, Link to the Past.
I think most of them are pretty good.
Yeah. No, I would say there are maybe, like...
But my favorite series.
2 Zelda games below it. There are maybe, like, 5 Zelda games total that are, like, a 7 or lower. Like, it is maybe the most consistent series outside of, like, Kirby.
Alright, I'll say that.
Literally, I was about to say,
Link
oh,
World-
this
I'll say the Link Between Worlds is probably better than the first two, the DS games, and Skyward Sword. Like, I'll say
Yeah,
that.
definitely. I would put it above Link's Awakening.
Why do people hate the
Oh
DS?
God, no! What are you talking about?
I like Link's.
Awakening's the best 2D game.
No, I'm sorry. I'm in the Link's Awakening is very cool, but it is very clearly limited by being. I mean, then again, the Switch remake might fix that, considering that it has.
I mean, that is like the best version to play now.
Well, especially if you emulate it, so you can have it so it's at a locked fucking 60 and doesn't chug back and forth.
It never chugged for me. Like, it was like a minor hiccup here and there, but it was.
Did you go through the swamp area? That was.
I'm saying I never on my playthroughs of it never have that.
Okay.
I'm not saying never. I'm just saying like it was here and there, but not anything severe. Like, people talk about that game like it was going through White Town. It's not.
What game?
The reason. Well, okay. So, what game are we talking about?
Zelda 2, right?
Oh, no. The
Awakening.
Switch Link to the Link's Awakening
Link's
remake.
Awakening.
I think Link's Awakening. It's cool, but none of the dungeons are that good, and like the narrative is done better in Majora.
So wrong.
It has great dungeons. I can't. You think Link Between Worlds is better than that? Come on.
Yeah. I get why people love that game, but it's.
I think A Link Between Worlds is maybe better in terms of like gameplay, but overall, I might put Link's Awakening.
I think it's got a lot of cool ideas. Also, going back to Rye, the reason why is because Phantom Hourglass is a really obnoxious gimmick main dungeon. People don't like touch controls, and nobody played Spirit Tracks.
Spirit Tracks is charming. I will say that.
Yeah, you have Alphonse Elric Zelda.
It has a lot more personality than Link Between Worlds. But okay, I sound harsh on it.
No, that's unfair. Link Between Worlds has Ravio and
Bros. It's like New Super Mario Bros, which like it's fun to play.
That is that calling Link Between Worlds the new Super Mario Brothers of Zelda is such an like. But I don't know if Zoe and Gondola are still here. I'm sorry that this stream is what you signed up for, but yeah, this is what me, Eli, and Lid streams are like. Get used to it.
Welcome to the Nintendo Drone Zone.
Yes.
Hey man, I'm playing Splatoon right now.
Yeah,
Splatoon
is better than every Zelda game.
Sure.
I mean, Splatoon seems. I like Splatoon 1. I played on the Wii U, and the new one seems really fun. So.
I really hope 2 gets an Octo expansion, or 3 gets an Octo expansion style. Like, here's a big single player content thing.
I mean,
Yeah. Splatoon 3 is almost certainly going to be better than whatever Overwatch 2 is going to be.
By the way, count it down. I think we are less than a week away from Overwatch 1 fucking dying forever. That game's servers shut down.
Awesome.
And there will be an over 24-hour period where Overwatch 2 will not be online, and there will be no playable Overwatch in the world.
Listen, the game
Thank
may
God.
die, but the porn will live forever.
I mean,
That's
we'll
the
see.
important
That's the
cultural
thing
artifact.
people were talking about, Rye, is that like, well, there's no real porn to that new Fox Girl character ninja they added. So like, is it forever? I think we're past.
I heard that the guy who was like the lead like character designer left, and people were saying that it was because he was like damn, people aren't.
Well, if it's an Activision Blizzard like resignment, it might be for other reasons as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, like you.
the guy
wanna
who made
be-
all the horny character designs might be all right.
Well, I'm not saying that the guy who did it is like that he was partaking in that.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he is the. I'm not saying that he.
Either
Legally
you were
accusing
partaking in it,
this guy
or that
being
you
a
weren't.
pedophile.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, I'm not accusing him of being a pedophile.
Yeah, no. Normal sexual predator. That's not.
Yeah, I'm not accusing him of being a normal sexual predator.
I stopped paying attention to the conversation for like 2 seconds, and we're talking about sexual predators.
We're talking. We got.
Talking
Yeah,
about
we're talking
Overwatch.
about you. I'm just kidding.
No, we're talking about Overwatch.
It is. It is
Yeah,
so
whatever,
insane that they allowed that picture of the Cosby Suite to be taken. Like they really thought.
Wait, I don't know.
I don't know this.
Lid, could you get a
What
picture
now?
of the
How did you
Overwatch Cosby Suite?
Yeah, just Google Overwatch Cosby Suite or Blizzard Cosby.
Yeah, no. The I'm surprised.
Am I looking for the picture of like?
Yeah, them in the room with the photo, I think. On the bed. That's the
But what's the story here?
well, they had in at BlizzCon they had a hotel room called the Cosby Suite, where they would take women with some drinks and go up there and do things you would do in a Cosby Suite. I don't know.
Oh,
Normal things.
Dude, Gondola. Did you at least hear that they stole breast milk from the fridge?
Why was there breast milk in the fridge?
Because they have pregnant employees and they have bad
Breast
benefits
milk in the
there.
fridge,
So
like, that's fine because that sometimes happens, But
Oh, I see.
but
I
you
didn't.
don't
I'm gonna be
store it.
honest. I
That's
did not
the
make that
product.
connection that that's why the breast milk would be there.
yeah, and also that they had to complain to management to install locks because people would just come in. It was seriously messed up, the allegation. Like, it is insane. Just
He's
And then to try to get away from those allegations, they announced Overwatch 2.
No, that is not why they announced. They announced Overwatch 2 to get away from a Hong Kong controversy, which was a year before this.
I get messed up on the. They announced
Which
something
that
else.
seems so quaint now.
No. I remember they announced that they were changing McCree's name. That's what they.
Yes, that they did that, and they also announced their Overwatch racial like stat analyzer or whatever.
Oh, that shit's so cool.
Yeah, no. This is what. Yeah, no.
yeah. You mean the future of game design?
Yeah, you mean good game design?
Well, to be fair, actually, I forgot. They didn't announce that over because to dodge sexual assault allegations. They did it because they were silencing union busting news.
I think some of this shit they just do because they're bored.
Well, no, it's same day. It's day and date with the bad stories. So.
So yeah, I got #1 inker.
Nice, I got #1 overall splatter.
And the answer as to what happened to most of the people, at least the ones not being sued, is that they went to Riot. And then we found out about the time everyone was praising, oh man, Arcane is so cool and progressive, and it's great that they have an on-screen lesbian romance, and it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're almost there,
Anyway,
folks. I mean,
more about how Link Between Worlds is the new Super Mario Bros. Zelda.
no, I think I'm done with this conversation.
That's fine. It's fine.
Jesus fucking.
Alright, Garland, I just want to match a Splatoon.
Hell yeah. Have you had the game disconnect on you before, or?
No.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
how's
good.
the online?
Yeah, this might be the only good online I've experienced in a Nintendo game.
Mario Kart's pretty consistently fine.
I love Smash, but damn, that online sucks.
Dude, yeah, I don't know how Smash fucks up so hard. Like, this is way better than Smash.
At least
Yeah,
so far. I feel like I'm like.
I will say,
I'm like-
it is upsetting that the tick rate is still lower than it is 1 because they have to appeal to people with bad Wi-Fi.
It's like literally like there's 8 players in this, and it's better
might-
than the game where you just match with one other person. I don't understand.
That might be why the online feels better than other Nintendo games, is because the tick rate is so low. There's so much less information.
That's true. Yeah. Well, and that, I thought you were gonna say that might be the secret to why Smash is because they can. One guy's bad connection affects the whole thing less than Smash, where it's
That's true.
Yeah, this game's so chaotic that I don't feel like I would notice if somebody lagged.
I will say it is a genius idea of Splatoon to make a team-based shooter where even the bad people can contribute by just shooting their gun in random directions.
That's all good team-based shooters. You gotta have some class or whatever where all you do is just like
Yeah.
kill the other guys.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that Splatoon is the most popular shooter
Yeah, I mean, I've played
in Japan ever.
Yes, and I played TF2 a bunch. I know how pyro mains work. You just wave your mouse around and hold mouse 1. You know.
It's definitely one of my favorite shooters I've ever played, multiplayer shooters.
And there's also like crazy movement tech as well if you can like get
There's
good.
so much shit, dude. It's like endless. I haven't even gotten.
Yeah,
to
I
the
liked
game modes.
Splatoon 1, but it was on the Wii U, so there was only so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually. This is my first Splatoon. I've never played before.
That's cool. I'm glad you're having a good time. It's all. You know what else we need to celebrate Splatoon for Lid? Keeping Miiverse technically alive.
So true. That and
Splatoon
Super Mario
is-
Maker 2.
Is Splatoon the last like new Nintendo series that's really taken off?
I mean,
Like-
the last major Nintendo series that took off was like before Splatoon. Was I think either not counting the Wii series, was either Pikmin or Animal Crossing, which were both early GameCube. So
Yeah.
Excuse me. You mean,
Actually, Animal
actually, it's
Crossing
ARMS?
was Animal Crossing.
yes,
was
I know it was
Nintendo
on the
64.
N64 in Japan only, but who cares? It's a GameCube game. Shut up.
Because, okay, but to my point, like ARMS is not gonna happen.
No, Arms
want
2 is
that.
not happening. I don't believe
Yeah. And so there hasn't been anything since, right?
Legs already exist.
it. It was never a big. That's a great joke. Sorry, that is very good.
She's just laughing harder than anyone at her own jokes.
No, I love it.
That's really good. That's really good. Yeah. Yeah, no, Nintendo isn't smart enough to call an Arms 2 legs. Oh god, if this was the Wii area, they'd make it some balance board bullshit. Anyway, what I was
Number one.
I was gonna bring up is I don't know if anyone played the Pushmo games on 3DS. They're really fun. They were really fun little puzzle games that took good advantages of the 3DS slider. I think some of them are on Switch.
You don't win the game by killing people, though.
No, you got to do a combo for sure. Some players need to kill, some players.
Yeah, that's true. You don't win, but you make your enemies win less by killing
Dude,
them.
I always go for objectives and like shooters and stuff, and like I feel
I would say that like killing in this game. I mean, you can't all focus on it, but I would say that like it very much like it's important. Like you need
Yeah.
you need people to do it, or else.
Gondola, thank you for being what we TF2 players call cart bitch. Someone, it is an under-respected role.
I would
and-
never use such a derogatory term for a friend and teammate helping the
Yeah.
objective.
it's called
yeah.
cart.
Well,
Look,
Andy,
no.
When I played TF2, I was medic most of the time.
Of course,
so that was fun.
you were, Eli. Gee, I wonder why Eli was medic and supporting his proud, big, strong, heavy, and soldier friends.
Exactly.
It is so insane how online people just publicly were like, yeah, I'm a heel slut. Just people proudly,
Yeah, anybody.
Well,
who-
people love
we
being
need
calling
to,
themselves sluts.
We need to do like a kind of like Gestapo like investigation for anybody who referred to themselves to that, and like have them be on trial or something. Like I'm looking through your forum history. I'm looking through whatever tags you put on your fucking TF2 Steam account. And
What are your sprays?
yeah. Let's see those fucking CS sprays.
God, I miss sprays.
I
so
miss them
much.
so much.
I really don't.
They were so funny.
So many battles.
Oh, there were, but they were different every time. It was never the exact same kind of bad. And when, oh man, hold on, I'm here. Right back for a second.
Yeah, you guys suck.
I mean, they have pretty solid map control.
All right, I'm back.
I don't know what that means.
It's,
I'm
I mean, how much
splatting.
paint do they have? I'm telling you now.
I'm splatting.
You guys try Salmon Run yet?
Yes, it's fun. I don't
What's
know if
Salmon
anyone
Run?
has.
I think they
That
had
was
it in
not
2. Oh, yeah, that was not in 1. That was...
Island is 1.
It's
So,
kind
what
of a Splatoon's like PvE mode, kind of.
Yeah.
Where it's...
Oh no, there was a
No,
PvE
not the
mode in
campaign.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
in
you
there.
basically you...
Have you heard of Deep Rock Galactic?
No.
Okay, well.
Yeah, Eli's
It's like
very
that.
Nintendo brains.
It's a horde mode where they
Yeah,
drop eggs.
And there's like
okay.
boss
the
fights,
eggs
and there's
in the
like...
zone.
And there's like boss fights. They added the... I heard they added the ability to throw the eggs, which you could not do in 2.
Yes, which is very nice. I enjoy it. I find it like I found it. I don't know. I haven't like played it enough. Maybe it gets harder, but I was like, I don't know. It feels really.
I think they add bosses as the seasons go on.
Yeah.
The worst part of
I don't know. I saw a video of someone doing one of the later waves online, and it looked like pretty fucking hard.
Oh yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure how that shit worked. It feels so easy.
Yeah.
the worst part of Salmon Run and 2 was that you could only play it at certain times of day.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
insane.
one of the most Nintendo-brained things of all time. It's like it makes the game more soulful.
I like your
Why?
picture, Jose.
Thank you. Damn, we're murdering.
It is
You
also
did not do too good that round, Zoe.
No, I haven't been. I've been doing pretty bad actually these past few rounds.
Yeah.
Usually I'm the top of the leaderboard.
You know what's fucked up, Lid? The part that I'm struggling at right now still might be less hard than Dracula in this game.
Yeah.
He's a motherfucker. He has so much health. Okay, okay.
I like that they come out of like soft surface.
Oh, another thing they apparently changed for 3 that seems cool is that you now have different spawn points and don't just start at the same area point.
Yes, you can.
Oh,
not
nice.
only can you like change like the kind of general region, but you can also like target your spawn a lot more. It's really nice. It's basically impossible to spawn camp.
Yes, that's you. I as a demo player, I know in TF2, I know that if you let players who can spawn, who are good at loadouts that are good for spawn camp, that is all they will do with the all match, and there ain't.
Yeah, well, the other thing is, like, I don't know, a lot of games, like, try to fix spawn camping with, like, AI, like, determining where you spawn. Like, honestly, it's such a simpler fix to just let you fucking pick like this.
Yeah, no, that is something that I've enjoyed about Fortnite. It's just like, okay, I like wherever like Bozo or Zoe, have we played Fortnite together?
I don't know.
I
I played it
don't think we have. We
I,
play a lot
I
of
think we
Fortnite.
maybe played once. We need to like, I do just like being like always having a different spawn point on the map.
Yeah.
How are you doing tonight, chat? We got 8 people here. That they can't all be on stream.
You know what's embarrassing?
What?
I kind of always have to look up what the notes are for the ocarina every time I play a song. I just never.
Zelda's Lullaby is left, up, right. I know that just automatically. Song of Storms, I think it's just up, down, up, down.
That's not true.
Is it not?
There's other notes in there.
well, I know. Oh no, wait, I'm thinking of Sun Song.
Sun
Song is not that. It's
Yeah.
there's a right in there somewhere.
Andy, I think you're just fucking wrong, okay?
Yeah.
You
It's
don't
like
know
being
anything about
fucking
music.
retarded.
Said it so confidently that you wouldn't think that he's lying to you, you know?
Well, the point is, when I play Ocarina of Time, I don't have a trouble memorizing the songs.
The point is, I just have to go into the menu and I
Yeah,
don't
but you're
care.
so good at Ocarina of Time, huh?
I'm okay. It's kind of an easy game, not super hard.
It's kind of like a baby.
I'm going to have to save that exact clip and like post it at the beginning of an Ocarina of Time like stream segment when I die horribly aren't I?
Yeah, I have not died yet. I'm guessing if I wonder what my first death will be. Ocarina of Time. I'm guessing maybe.
I feel
Forest
like
Temple?
I feel like it's pretty easy to not die in Ocarina of Time, but I do feel like you have to use like potions and fairies more than in
I don't
Ocarina
really
than
like to do.
I feel like in the second half of a Zelda game, every single dungeon should be like hard enough where they expect you to use a potion once.
In 2D Zelda, I will, but I don't like to use some 3D Zelda. I mean, I'll probably use it against like Ganondorf, but otherwise, I don't know. I think
It is insane. Like, I have problems with... Oh, shit. I didn't realize that was a real platform. It is insane how good every 3D Zelda final boss is. They're all just like, oh, shit. They're all insanely cool.
I can think of one I don't really like.
Is it Demise or Majora? Oh, no, wait. The
No.
final boss of Breath of the Wild, yes.
Correct.
Well, that game doesn't have real boss fights.
Yeah, that's why it's like that's kind of the exception. Mine isn't my favorite because it is tied to the combat system, which I'm not crazy about, but he's cool.
Yeah, no, it's a big fight in a lake of fire. Okay, hold on. I think, yes, we're here. The staircase. Oh,
Yeah.
boy. I think I'm gonna have to die because I do not have enough health to...
Oh my, Jesus. So how do you use the special abilities?
And you absolutely do want crossbow.
With like the ones that like
Yep.
shoot up,
Yeah.
right, press down on right.
Fuck.
Why does
Okay.
his face look so silly?
Because he looks like Bela Lugosi.
Doesn't look like Bela Lugosi to me.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of mean to Bela Lugosi.
Well, that's what... Look, it's... Look, the thing is, in the early Capcom NES style, they could barely draw anyone with a face. Alright. Hold on, wait, no.
Wait, you should definitely save state at some point.
Well, no, you have unlimited continues at the stair.
Oh, got it. I
Then...
think because I save stated here when I played it, so I did not know.
Yeah, no, it is insanely generous. Okay, so... You know what I will say? I'll save state in a second. You'll see why.
So you don't have to grind for hearts again?
Yep. I will say... Did not know you could do that. Wow,
Good
okay.
job, Andy.
That's a first. Maybe could someone clip that? That's funny.
I don't know how to clip it, but I think someone should.
Boymore says chat is wilding out. A down, up A, down up.
Oh, that's for Song of Scores.
I think I'm I'm not sure if I'm gonna do Link to the Past or Ocarina next. Well, not next stream, but
No, but I mean, I'd say do Link to the Past and then Ocarina because they're interesting to compare.
yeah, maybe Link's Awakening. I don't know. I kind of want to do 2D Zelda and 3D Zelda back and forth.
I mean, my
I
recommendation
will also probably have to do, when I do the Oracle games, I'll probably have to do them back to back to unlock that. That's how you unlock the true Ganon fight.
Yeah.
I don't need points, game.
We got wrecked. Oh,
That
I will
was
say this background really nice with like the clock tower in the right there, and then the moon, and oh man, this looks great. I mean, this is the room. Like this.
Yeah.
What if I? Oh no, I know.
But obviously, if you do stream Ocarina, that would definitely be the PC port.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe emulating the Citra, but nah, that PC port's way smoother.
Yeah.
Run.
And besides, you get to fix the owl. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, text speed is not a problem in the 3DS version. It's also
Yeah, but
so
I mean,
funny when you think about how they added 60 FPS. How fucking bad original Ocarina of Time's frame rate is.
But what I think is good about Ocarina is it fundamentally nails movement in a way that most games that era
Yeah.
did not.
Yeah, no, like
And so if you
using a
just
third
fix a
person.
few things, you just like fix a few things and it plays like a dream.
Because it's doing the big, like, because Mario 64 had the 3D rotational camera, and that's cool. But, like, Ocarina was the first test of, like, a camera good enough where you don't really need to move it all the time, where you just have first person, like, looking around. And it's still, like, not really a problem for most of that game.
Yeah.
Which cannot be said about even a lot of, like PS2 action. Like, Lid, you played Pac-Man World 2. I like Pac-Man World 2 a lot. That game's camera is not very good. $60 FPS OOT is sickening. It's weird. It's insane. It's like feels like a different reality. It's like this.
I think it's good.
It's like you know what? This is probably good enough. I don't care that I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
I think this one is holy water. You might think, oh, I need the cross, but okay. No, wait. There's a pattern. There we go. That's how you're supposed to do it. Just jump. You want to time your jumps. God damn it. Fucking teleport on me.
Well, you know, at least you have like unlimited chances now, and
yeah, at least I don't have to grind for hearts anymore.
exactly.
Lid, Eli, when you played Hollow Knight, did you fight the demon guy who's part of the DLC side quest?
No, I don't know.
The guy who's like the Nightmare King.
I did not encounter that.
Okay. Well, there's a boss in Hollow Knight who's one of the later games. He just has the Dracula moveset. Like, he summons the triple meteors. He's one of the best boss fights in that game.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not as hot on Hollow Knight as some people, but that's pretty good.
I'm very hot. It was so fucking funny you finding out that you got to White Palace and did not know that you could pogo on spikes.
I mean, there were just... I knew that you couldn't pogo on, like, certain things. I knew that you could pogo on... I knew that there was a pogo on. But there were certain things that I thought, this will be a kill. Because that just... Anyway.
Yeah, I'm taking...
That just...
Yeah, you have to... You die in 4 hits, he dies in 16, and and the only hitbox is that tiny ass fucking head. And also you have to jump exactly at the right timing to dodge the fireballs.
I mean, they've also, like, done this fight again, and it's not as strict.
Oh, I love the Super Castlevania 4 version.
Exactly.
But also,
like
it's only phase 1.
Yeah. So, like, his head being his only weakness is fine. It's just doing it this specific way is annoying.
I think it's a really, like, smart, like, at the start animation where it's just the head and then the cloak fades in as a nice hint.
Yeah.
I forget, does he have Fire Pillar in this game?
I don't know.
I think he does.
By the way, Zoe, I'm pretty sure those are espresso machines.
Yeah. But he was I actually don't like this map very much. I hope the map's refreshed.
This one's okay.
Did you know that Splatoon is technically a post-apocalypse?
I did know that.
Okay.
I learned that from the campaign.
You know what else was the post-apocalypse?
Kirby.
Pikmin. But yes.
Oh, wait. Humans are dead in Pikmin?
Well, they're not seen, but they were there.
Well, I assumed it's
Like-
all just because it's in, like, a garden, so obviously you wouldn't see humans.
It is indeterminate. It's like all the stuff you find. So in Pikmin 2, like you find treasures that were humans,
Yes.
but it's like implied that this was long ago that these were made.
Well, I assume that's
And then
relative to, like, the lifespan of the species.
So I'm saying that is actually it is debatable. Like it's not confirmed,
Hmm.
but I don't know. It's
It's
gets
an
a
interesting
little,
idea. I had never, like... I haven't played a Pikmin game, but I'm familiar enough with the series that I thought it was all just, yeah, this Pikmin games take place, like, roughly the year that they released in.
I wouldn't say
They're in
Um,
space.
it's debatable, as I said. I will
they-
say that they are basically the Nintendo's answer to the RTS in the way that Splatoon would be the answer to team-based shooters.
Yep. Rest in peace, Metroid Prime Hunters. I won't miss you.
I will. What happened to them?
I don't know. What did happen to them, Lid? Could you look up? Did they? Because I know
What happened
they
to
didn't make Federation
The
Force.
developers?
Yeah, the developers.
Hunters?
I mean, to be fair, I don't like either. I have no interest in ever playing either of the DS and 3DS like Prime games.
It was made by Nintendo Software Technology.
Yes. They made Bowser's Fury, so they get a thumbs up from me.
That's you know what? I
Oh,
might
so
not.
they get a thumbs down from me then.
Bowser's Fury, I think, is Lid's third favorite Mario game, or maybe second.
Yeah, it probably ties for second with...
So of the 3D ones, it's last for me because I think its central gimmick is insufferable. Like if Bowser wasn't in that game or wasn't in it in the way that he is, it would be one of the better ones. But it just absolutely kills
I think that game would be lame if you didn't end it with a supersonic fight.
If you ended it with a supersonic fight, it'd be fine. The fact that you have to keep doing it again and again is so repetitive.
I think that the Bowser fight itself is fine, and I think the gimmick of him showing up periodically is, like, basically negligible.
Come on.
It is so annoying. Like, I barely got into that game because I
There we
was
go.
like, well, this is terrible. Let's just play 3D World again because I like that game.
But that's the worst version of 3D World, at least according to Lid.
Yeah.
In what regard?
For one thing, you can't use the D-pad despite the fact that the game still only lets you move in 8 directions. And second,
Why would you use the D-pad?
because it's a game where you can only move in 8 directions. There's no reason to use an analog stick.
I mean, it does
Yeah.
I mean, I do get Eli's sense of 3D games, so automatic analog stick.
But it's not really a...
Yeah, but yeah. But to be fair, Lid,
But
no. Your
the
brain
main
does
thing-
lie to you.
But what else?
The main thing is that they completely changed the move set, and you move too fast, and it completely ruins the rhythm of a lot of the levels.
You do move a lot faster. It did not really bother me, but that is true. I can see why that would bother so much.
Yeah, I looking at it, while it does, I don't know how much it would bother me. I need to play the Switch version of 3D World. It does seem like they just added that and was like, okay, we're good. Game's faster.
Well, they added it because people complained the original was too slow.
Those people are dumb.
I I mean, I like both versions. It's not really an issue for me either way. But they also made it so basically, if you collect something and die now, you keep it, and that kind of reduces some challenge for some things. Because now you can kind of just like get something suicide eventually, but before you had to.
This is
There were some things
thrilling.
where it's like do all the stars in one run, or you know, but now you can just get it, die, and then don't worry about it for the rest of the level. So I don't know. It's a change. Makes it easier.
There we go.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Unfortunately, the main thing that Nintendo software technology is known for is probably the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series.
Hey, the first one's fine.
Yeah. The first one.
And there's like 5.
Yeah.
Who made Treasure Tracker?
That's a good question. NST did the port. The original developer was
PAD.
Nintendo. Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes sense. That's
I like
the
Treasure Tracker.
yeah. That game seems very
Try the
cool.
little
I
bit.
really want to play it. It's something
Like,
I
obviously, it's not something you should, prioritize necessarily, but it's cute. I like it.
yeah. I got a lot of important game. More like it might be something that I play on my own, but it's gonna be a while before I stream that game. Because I got a lot of other like. This is the first Konami game I've
And because
ever
puzzles don't
streamed,
work
and it's
well.
been over a year.
Andy, is it also because puzzles and you streaming don't work well together?
Actually, no. I'm fine. That's good content. You think I have a problem embarrassing myself on camera, Eli? Come on, man. Who are you talking to? I'm a pro at embarrassing myself on camera. Okay. So the trick is to jump exactly right after he tosses the fireball. But that's really specific timing.
Because also, I've seen you like hit him, but the game doesn't count it as a hit.
Yeah, because he just fades, and it's...
Yeah, in ways that in future Castlevania games, the game would be like, yeah, that's a hit, that's fine. Like, it is too strict here. Like, the actual design of the fight, I think, is mostly okay,
It might also be because, I'm not playing on a CRT, and that also... Like I imagine modern most, like, good emulators, like, adjust for that to some extent, but, like...
It probably matters more your display and input method than the emulator, I think.
I have beaten this boss before, using this setup that I currently have, so... It's just a matter of time. Oh, I think the tell is right as he pulls his arm back. That's when you do it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that seems to be working for you.
Okay, at least there's a tell.
Yeah, you got this.
Well, I got phase 1.
Yeah. I don't think that he should be able to spawn on top of you.
No, well, I mean, I understand why they do it, because you have enough time, it's just noticing. I think Rondo of Blood might be the best Dracula fight, just because you can kick his ass as a 12-year-old girl.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, obviously I love Richter, but Maria.
All right,
being
there goes. All right, that's phase 1. I think I have exactly 1 hit to. And there we go. That's phase 1. And there is no mid-boss fight checkpoint, because why would there be a mid-boss checkpoint? I don't know.
Oh, do it,
just
do
It's
it.
insane that the second phase, like, just art design on that. He just is a monster.
Yeah, no, he's demon. And this is
And I don't love that sprite, but it would eventually like look pretty cool.
yeah.
Like in Mondo.
And some NES games are like, hey, and some of the classic Vanias are like, hey, what if he has a phase 3? And it's like, shut the fuck up. What if he didn't have a phase 3?
Or Andy, what if this was the fake Dracula and you had to beat the whole game over again with harder?
Yeah, no. See, it's not that he's the fake Dracula. It's that you forgot your magical emlet right at the picnic where you were about to bone your wife / princess. It's very sad. You have to go back and do the whole game over again now. Although I will say, in a lot of games, the reverse castle ain't much better. But that's an Igavania thing, not classic.
Well, I mean, the reverse has like, you just kind of like plow through it.
Yeah, but it's generally, I would say, more poorly designed than the main one.
But here's the question. Is Igavania or Metroid better?
Metroid.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who prefer Iga, and I get it, but no.
Yeah, I mean, Aria Sara is one of my favorite games.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's probably
But if I
my
had to
favorite
pick-
Game Boy Advance game, which is my favorite system.
Yeah, I'm gonna play. Not necessarily my next game, but I think it's my next Game Boy Advance game. I'll try Golden Sun.
Hell yeah. That game's soundtracked. It's Golden Sun is, I think, like, such a cool, like, oh man, we're not on 8-bit hardware anymore. Like, it's such a obvious first-year technical showcase, but it's really cool, and it has such a good soundtrack.
Nice. And by the way, when I played Battle Network 6, I played the English patch with the Japanese ROM, so I got to play the Boktai side quest.
Nice.
And I think it's really funny that these games cross over with Boktai.
I'm glad you found a Kojima thing that you can tolerate.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Oh no!
Yeah, there's, I think in Battle Network 4, there's straight up a Kojima NPC.
No.
One of the bestest examples
Well,
of...
okay, I did not play the actual Boktai game, so I can't say if I like that or not. But
They're cool.
Yeah,
I would play them with the patch so you don't have to run out in the sun, because obviously you ain't lugging your laptop out in the sun.
yeah, I don't even know how that worked. But I
So
mean,
the
there
cartridge
was
had
other-
a solar battery sticking out of the end of it.
I just want to say that the
Because-
boss fight that comes with that side quest was fun. That's
It's very funny that Kojima was like, let's make a video game to answer parents' complaints about children being forced staying inside all day and just playing video games. Let's make a video game where they have to go outside.
I posted Battle Network Kojumbo in stream chat.
Oh, I need to see this.
See, this is why everyone says that Battle Network 4 is the worst of the series. That's why.
I don't get your this. I mean, you don't like stealth
That doesn't
games.
even look like it.
He kind of doesn't. It looks like the Pikaru version of Kojima. It is so insane how omnipresent Pikarus were for a while. Like, it felt like
They're terrible.
they are. They are. They are
Let's
the
not say their name too many times, lest we conjure more of them.
they are the Funkos of Twitter.
Yeah.
The Boktai and Battle Network crossover came to be after Kojima met up with Keiji Inafune in a karaoke bar asking for advice on how to make his game appealing to children.
Is it?
So, the
Well,
gimmick...
Inafune would not pass up an opportunity to do some chilling to get children.
Yeah, no, I know. I like. Keiji Ifune's like, I'm great at marketing. You want it? I'm the best marketer that has ever existed. You want? Yeah, let me help you out, Kojima. Speaking of Konami GBA stuff, I have a question for you. Have you ever played any of the modern, well, not modern, but like any of the like PS2, Game Boy Advance era Frogger games?
No,
Some of them are kind of cool.
I've seen the Seinfeld episode about Frogger.
They're like, what if Star Tropics was a platformer?
Huh.
Yeah, like they're grid-based like challenges where you have to like hop and dodge specific stuff, but in a, yeah.
You see, since you skipped out on Battle Network 4, that means that you didn't get to meet the best Battle Network NPC.
Ooh. Because I did watch like a thing about it, so I might have seen them.
Is he better or worse than the best Sonic NPC?
Is that the guy who Sonic 06?
Yes,
Hot
of course
dog
it's Sonic
lady.
Man. Of
Yes.
course
No,
I'm
no,
talking.
that's not what I was gonna say. I was gonna say the guy who combines those two nonsense words together. You know the one I mean?
06
Lovey-
is the dumbest
Yeah,
NPC.
lovely. That guy's my favorite Sonic NPC. But no, who's the best one in 4?
Hot dog
Her?
lady.
She's not. I mean, just the design is not really standing out to me.
She's cute.
Eh.
See, you gotta realize,
You're-
Lid, girl
yeah, you're not
automatic
thinking of it,
debuff. Like, you know.
That's true. But she let me
What does she do?
she asks out Mr. Match and he rejects her.
Mr. I fucking love Mr. Match getting endless redemption for no reason. Like, he gets one in 3 and then decides to be even more evil than he was in 1. And then in 6, he actually does turn over a new leaf, but he looks like a fucking asshole. He's great. But, yeah, I like the, people who give you the crosses in 6. But it's funny that some of the most interesting stuff in that game is optional. I mean, you would never not do it because, first of all, you can't miss it because they send you things about it. And two, like, you'd want to do it because, I mean, it's one of the main mechanics of the game. But it is funny how that stuff is not required besides the first one. So theoretically, you could miss the twink assassin who teaches you at the school. He's pretty fun. But yeah,
They don't
The
make
GBA
video
was
games
cool.
like they used to.
They really don't.
I need the GBA to become like the next retro aesthetic thing.
Yeah. That and low poly DS.
Which is just low poly Saturn, but even smaller.
That's true. We could, you know what? Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, you just, because that is in my head how I look at like Nintendo handhelds. Is that like the Game Boy Advance is kind of just a 32X. The DS is kind of just a Sega Saturn, and the 3DS is kind of just a Dreamcast.
But I think NES nostalgia is played out. So,
Oh yeah,
like,
it's
move
very.
on
I think it's
to-
very clearly played out. And SNES nostalgia is, it's a bit more timeless, but you know.
Personally, I'm really looking forward to when NES and SNES nostalgia is completely played out, so that maybe those games will be a little fucking cheaper.
Well, see, here's the thing, Lid. They were starting to get cheaper, but then this thing called Wada Games came into existence, and we're not allowed to have nice things.
Be right back.
Remember when like in the first, like I got through the first 4.5 levels in 20 minutes, in like 30 minutes? That was great.
Yes.
Wasn't that delightful? That's how Castlevania...
Yeah, remember, Andy, remember when you were a baller?
Yeah, no. I mean, that's not even like, it wasn't even look how good I was. It's more just, remember when I was making progress and things? I feel like how this is how all my streams just end. Me stuck in a hot room. Just sweating like a pig.
It wouldn't be an Andy stream if half of it wasn't spent on a single level.
A single boss, even.
Lid, would you say this is easier or harder than Virgil 3?
This is probably harder. But it's harder...
Yeah, for different reasons. Because
yeah.
it's one thing 16 times. And that's if you're perfect. Which, as we know, I am not perfect. I am. I'm sorry to disappoint everyone. I'm fallible. I don't know if.
You know,
Sorry, I don't follow any human streamers.
No, that's
not
true.
many games have public domain final bosses. This one does.
Yeah, because I don't know if you realize. I think I was stuck on Virgil 3 for like 2 hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, it was not.
But, I mean, Virgil 3 is a better fight than this.
Yes, I mean, Virgil 3 is a better fight than like 99% of all boss fights ever. The big thing was I was definitely down. I did not have all the blue orbs. Like, I had the ones that I buy, but I was missing some for secrets, and, ooh, I was punished for that.
My friend is actually playing DMC5 for the first time now.
Hell yeah.
He's enjoying it.
It's so bonkers.
He really likes his V. V is like his...
Oh yeah, Perry. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have to say what it was.
Yeah, I follow him on Twitter. He was in the Kick Cassia episode of Get Cynical.
Yeah.
He's apparently seen that movie over 20 times, I think.
No, it's Suburban.
Or not Kick, yeah, Suburban Nights. Suburban Nights. Which, fun fact, that is probably the most competent of the trilogy. Not the best, but the most competent.
It's crazy how much sprite flickers in this game.
And how comparatively... Well, this is more of a stylistic thing. This is...
No, like every time Dracula spits out his fireballs, his whole body shimmers.
Yeah, that's how you know he's fading in and out of existence.
No, not the flicker.
I know what it means.
Like it's like blocks of his body just disappear when he shoots. Like he just totally disintegrates for a second.
Look, man, I mean, to be fair, this game is, like, you know, as I said, this is the first, I would say, truly great-looking NES game.
What's the best-looking NES game?
Gimmick, Kirby's Adventure,
Little Samson.
Little Samson's real fucking up there.
Yeah, my answer was Kirby.
When is Gimmick coming out?
Did they delay it to 2023?
I don't think so,
Gimmick
but it doesn't have a release date.
Coming out whenever he feels like coming out of the closet.
Gimmick is so cool. And then we're also getting
never played
we're also getting Hibriki, which I'm very happy about. Or Euphoria the
Yeah,
Saga.
I've never played Gimmick. I've heard of it.
Euphoria is great, also. It's crazy how good Sunsoft was on the NES, and how not great that company immediately became when they hit Super Nintendo.
What'd they do?
Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel.
Excuse me?
You've never heard of Zero the Kamikaze?
That sounds terrible.
Have you ever heard of Arrow the
Incredibly
Acrobat? Have you ever heard of Arrow the Acrobat?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they did that. They did a canceled Superman game that looked alright.
Let me look them up.
Sunsoft, yeah, Sunsoft was maybe the NES, and they did a few things on like they made a Blaster Master game that looks kind of interesting on NES, and I think on PS1, and they also did the first Chameleon Twist.
Oh, they did Waku Waku 7. I love that game. Dude, that's the fighting game that blatantly rips off Stardust Crusaders Joseph Joestar.
I mean, can we? It's also
I
very
don't
funny
get a picture.
when you look at Castlevania and also realize how much is just JoJo. Like Aria of Sorrow, you can just do Ora Ora Ora.
It's great.
Don't you get that from a boss too? Yeah, you get it from
Also,
like the boss in the graveyard.
Well, also Benny Morrow and King of Fighters are just called around. And I just posted Danny J.
Oh no, Andy, you jinxed it.
What?
Gimmick is delayed to early 2023.
I thought I heard that. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, Lid. I'm sorry.
Oh, 2022, year of the gamer is ruined.
It is. Oh man.
Now we only
I
have.
don't know if it's-
I thought 2005 was the year of the gamer.
Now we only have Elden Ring and Spark 3 and Gunvolt 3
and Proteus.
and Proteus and fucking
Kirby.
Bayonetta 3.
Best one.
And Splatoon 3 and Xeno. A lot of threes. A lot of good
Victoria
fucking
3.
There are so many good threes this year. It's insane.
But we don't have gimmicks, so what's the point?
Yeah, we don't have a game from 1992, I think. What is the point?
Yeah.
This was like when Bethesda delayed Doom 64 out of 2019.
This is exactly the same.
Though that was because there was the pre-order bonus for Eternal, which got delayed to into 2020. Doom 64 fucking rules. Very excited to stream it next year. Unfortunately, I do have to stream Plutonia first. I've decided to skip TNT, but I have to face my fears. I have to do. That's gonna be fucking. Okay, I'm going to save scum right here. Oh no, did I fuck myself? No, I didn't. Okay, we're good.
Oh my god. Do you know what the game designer for Mr. Gimmick is doing now?
Is he the guy who was the VTuber Avi for the Sunsoft presentation? What's he doing?
What?
Game designer on Dynasty Warriors 9, Dragon Quest Builders 2, and Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity.
Oh, so he's a big guy at Koei Tecmo. That's cool. Unfortunately, Dynasty Warriors 9, that's not cool.
Would you believe Dynasty Warriors 9 was his first game back since Gimmick?
Yeah, because that game plays like, it is insane how bad Dynasty War. I don't care about Dynasty Warriors. Dynasty Warrior 9 is one of the worst looking games I've ever seen.
So you said he did Builders too?
Yeah, did Builders 2 and something else.
That
Hyrule
game-
Warriors 2.
Got me mad, and let me tell you why.
Why did...
Because that they tricked me.
What?
Because that is not Builders.
Did... Oh.
That game is a farming game.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not Minecraft.
So I really liked Builders 1, and while there are some like quality of life improvements that Builders 2 introduces, it is heavily focused on. I mean, there's still building, but it's heavily focused on farming, more so than building, and so you can understand why it was not my cup of tea if I don't like farming.
Yeah, no, I It's like the whole game is the last Nintendo Direct.
You know what else Tomomi
can't believe they did
Sakai worked on.
What did he work on?
Uncredited programmer on Fester's Quest.
Yeah, that was a Sunsoft game. That makes sense.
As in from the Addams Family Fester?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you played Blaster Master, Eli?
No.
Oh, okay. What's a good comparison? Have you played, like, the Super Nintendo Jurassic Park game? Or NES Jurassic Park game?
If I haven't played Blaster Master, am I likely to have played that?
I don't know, I'm just, I'm trying to think
No,
of, like...
I haven't. No.
Okay, what's another, like, Lid, what are some other games in this genre of, like sort of ground-based, like, shooter that you walk around and explore stuff?
Imagine Zelda 2, but backwards.
And you move at 5 miles an hour. At top speed.
Don't make me imagine Zelda 2.
Zelda 2! If you give
It's
that
not a
game a
game that-
proper continuous system, it would be like an 8.
Imagine a game that has a 2-dimensional overworld and a top-down levels.
Yes, yes. Lid, is Blaster Master Zero good?
I thought it was alright. Apparently, according to Metacritic, the second one is the best Inti Creates game, aside from Gunvolt 3,
I want
I
to...
think.
Okay. Alright,
You
now I
like-
hit phase 2. I'm save stating
Yeah,
again.
yes. That's my question.
What?
Lid, do you like integrates?
Yes.
I hear that they're polarizing.
Yes, they are. Yes, they fucking are. I think...
remember playing Mega Man 9, I wasn't really into it, but that's, I think, all I played.
That's the worst place. But I mean, like, you know, fucking. If you're into classic Mega Man, it's probably fine. But if you want to see what an Inti Creates game is like, that's probably the worst place. to
Yeah,
start.
because that's them trying to be like...
Well, the thing is, that's like,
Don't start with
No,
0-1. Do not start with Mega Man 0-1.
Yeah, it's a good game, but it's probably not where you should start.
Is it a
is
good
that, like,
game,
bad
Lid?
first game syndrome,
I think it's
or-
Oh, it's very bad first game syndrome.
Okay, because I liked how Zero controlled.
There is a ROM hack that improves things, but yeah. Oh, he does not control like
Oh.
he does in X4. He
Controls
controls...
infinitely better.
No, he does not. No, he fucking does not.
So
Why are you
wrong.
lying to Eli's face
Mega
right now,
Man
Lid?
Zero is the best video game ever made.
Look, it's very cool,
I
but
mean,
like,
I
if
also
X4
disagree with both of
if-
you, so I don't know who to believe right now.
I am so upset at the lie that he is telling to your fucking face.
But I did love how Zero controlled X4. So.
Yeah, he
Zero controls like fine in X4, but compared to the Zero games,
could not
there's
agree
like
more.
there's like a hitch to all of his animations that it just.
But I'll also
like,
say I
feels
do not
wrong.
like how X controls in those games. So I don't know.
X is kind of weird and floaty.
Well, okay. Here's my thing: is it felt more natural to say,
All right.
to play up close in those games in X4. I mean.
Oh right, I still gotta. Oh, I forgot. Okay.
So that's I think why I like
And
Zero.
the Zero
more.
games are all about that, and they definitely reward it.
But I've not touched them, so I can't say.
I'd say a good place to start might be ZX, even though it's like a weird Metroidvania.
Yeah, that's probably a good place to start with any creates.
It's pretty easy, and the rank system is even more minimal than it already is.
Well, I'll give this form credit. At least the hitbox isn't fucking ridiculously small
yeah.
on this form.
We finally had Nintendo shit on us.
No!
Oh no.
Yeah, it happens to everyone.
I'd say once over however many games we played was pretty good rate for Nintendo.
Do you think if you said the words "rollback netcode" to Nintendo, would they just throw you out of the building?
Well, I mean, oh, Eli, would you like to, or Lid, could you tell the story of the?
And
Well,
That
okay,
one-
They
it's
they
on their roadmap for like 2038.
They probably wouldn't throw you out of the building, but they probably would have no idea what you were talking about, and then go back to talking about something completely different.
They're like, roll back netcode. We don't want to roll back our netcode. I think
There's
it's
some story of some consultant or something, like in a fucking meeting, who said something about like how Xbox and PlayStation handle some aspect of their network, and one of the other guys just like pulled him to the side and was like, nobody in this room knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's dire over there. It's been dire since the Wii.
But I don't know, it's like, okay, no one knows what you're talking about, but that's what you get them to listen to them.
That's not how Nintendo works.
Yeah.
Crusty
I know
old
that that's not how
Japanese
Nintendo
man
works. That's how
does not
Nintendo
accept
works.
Clearly
any
you've never worked in
information.
software development.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. No, I know. It's just... I know how things are, but that's not how they ought to be.
Sure. You're right about that.
There we go. Let's go. Castlevania 1
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. Well
Okay,
fucking done.
now for maybe the dumbest joke in video games. Are you ready?
I don't know if
I
I
am.
What happened?
We'll just read the credits. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Oh,
Yeah, you know, Lid.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know too.
Anyway, the castle crumbles. The creature of darkness is dead for another 100 years or whatever. You got cursed. All right. Directed by...
Nani?
Screenplay by Bram Stoker. By James Bandana. Dracula.
Banana.
Christopher B.
Bella,
Bella, Luigi. Yes, this is. I don't. Carson. Love Cheney Jr. I mean, I'll say this: they're at least making somewhat deep cuts, but it's like, what are we doing here? Anyway, Castlevania
I do
1's
like
pretty
Nick
fucking
cuts.
cool. I don't think it's necessarily better than Mario or Zelda 1, but I think like this is still a pretty solid action game, and probably by like maybe the second best platformer on NES by the end of 1987. I think it's cool. I'm glad I beat this game.
Now do it again.
No, I ain't doing this shit again. And yeah, I mean it's hard, but it's compared to a lot of other 8-bit platformers, it is not nearly as cruel. Castlevania Game 1, for all of its faults, is a video game that wants you to beat it. And I enjoy it for that reason, even if other games in the series are much better. So yeah, thank you for everyone who stopped by. Thanks to Zoe and Gondola and Lid and Eli and Rai for all showing up. Thank you. Thank you everyone in chat. I'll see you next time. I'm going to be putting up a poll because I'm going to be streaming 2 big horror things for October. Blood Fresh Supply and Resident Evil Remake. I'm going to be putting up a poll where I let you decide which one I play first. So that'll be up probably sometime either tonight or early tomorrow. Probably make it last for 2 or 3 days. I will be streaming next either Saturday or Sunday, Sunday night, depends on where we record. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye.